Good
Damn,
enough.
that was a good clap.
That was,
Like, I felt like I was in there. Like, you
Okay.
know, when you get the clap back, you know?
dude, you
No.
did the same bit as last time. You did the same
No
opening.
one ever talks
It's like,
back to me, literally ever.
Yeah, I love the
Because
clap
I've
back.
done-
Like
That was a little
same
too good. What
opening.
were you doing?
Oh, that's turbulence.
I-
You know turbulence? Where you clap
No.
off
Oh my
screen,
God.
but you just move. It makes it look like your ass is clapping. Sorry.
Oh, shit.
Kai Sinat strats. I don't know if you guys know about those, but
We're going to need to talk after this podcast. We're going to need our own podcast after that.
anyways,
Oh, God.
guys, a great intro, but today, welcome to the 10th Terminally Online podcast. We have our special guest, Mr. IgnobleSolid, who has come out of hiding from streaming, podcasting, content creation. Where has this guy been? Where have you been, bro? What's been going
Dude, I've
on?
been deep. I've been deep in a hole, but before I tell everyone where I've been, I kind of want to it was really heartwarming getting a message from you, Ubaru, asking me to come on the cast. I just wanted to read it out loud because it really stood out to me, and let me just go for it, man. Hey Ignoble, hope you're well, man. I wanted to invite you to join our cast this week. Our producer told us that our podcast is lacking in a certain department, and in order for us to succeed in 2025, we need to implement some DEI initiatives in order to hit the YouTube algorithm. Unfortunately, I, Ubaru, only know quirked up white males, so it's basically down to either you or Inferno. Now you know that I'm a professional misogynist, and I would never invite a woman on, so I hope you understand. Please come on the cast this week. XOXO, 100 emoji, pray emoji, handshake emoji, eggplant emoji, and I think it ended with a squirt emoji, yeah. So, thank you, man. Appreciate it, dude.
That was me.
really
I said
catering
that.
to the
Thank you for
audience.
coming on the podcast. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, wow.
Thank you for being our diversity hire.
Jeremy kind of kicked our ass a little bit, so we had to.
I told Ubaru literally yesterday that when people call me Mexican now, or if people assume I'm Hispanic, because that happens, I'm just gonna lean into it now. I'm gonna start putting on. Maybe I shouldn't do an accent now that I'm thinking about it. Never mind.
No, go
Yeah,
on.
I'm gonna keep
you're
doing
kind
what I'm
of
doing.
leaning into
gotta-
it the other day a little heavy, weren't you?
Okay,
You know?
okay. Well, I was okay. Look, I've been working on my improvisational comedic stuff. Not to do improv on shows or anything like that, but just for fun and for stream and stuff. I find it very useful to practice actual improv. And yeah, I was doing voices yesterday that I have a tendency to do just randomly, and one of them is slightly more Hispanic in nature, and I think that maybe I shouldn't do that one very often.
Guys,
That's my bad.
he's
That's my
probably
bad.
Gotta be
Mexican. It's
Alejandro or
fine.
something.
Do you
gotta
have
be
a
Alejandro every
alter
now and
ego?
then.
Do you have a name for your slightly Mexican version of yourself?
No, I should though. What should I name myself? Do you have any suggestions?
Ignacio.
Ignacio. Ooh,
Oh,
that's pretty.
yeah,
I
like the
that
guy
one.
from Better Call Saul. It's a good character.
Nacho.
No.
Oh shit, dude. Good.
I'm Alex too.
Alex! Me llamo Alex. Sí.
Damn, Ignoble, you're kind of multilingual.
Yeah, dude.
there.
I kind of be speaking a lot of language type shit. Hola, uno quesadilla, please. Type shit. I'm all about it, bro.
Okay.
Say that in the hood, you
Your
might get
gender
punched in the
agreement
head. Yeah.
I-
You never know.
yeah. I
Honestly, though,
back in college one time, there was a Latino or Latin X whatever group on our quad recruiting people, and they came up to me and they're like, "Hey man, you want to join?" And I was like, "I know I look it, but I ain't Hispanic." And they're like, "No, we could fucking tell from a million blocks away. We're just asking you because you look lonely out here." I was like, "Fuck, man." Damn, it's like that first
Damn.
week as a freshman, on the quad, there's a bunch of RSOs or organizations trying to recruit people, and that was that
Mhm.
situation. I was like, oh man, these guys think I'm one of them, and they're like, no, you're a fucking dweeb, but you can hang out with us.
No, we're just being nice. That's
Will you be our eighth? Please.
I actually joined a fraternity my first few years of college, and
Oh, really?
I don't know. It's
Is that
tough
true?
because yes, I was in Phi Mu Alpha Sinfonia, so
Doxed?
It's
Doxed?
yeah, but it's a lot of different guys in different parts of their lives trying to be responsible, and it's really tough. Because the sororities on our campus always do better than the fraternities most of the time. Now, throwing parties on the other hand, we kind of got that one.
Dude.
So
frat parties? Love
Yeah,
that
man,
shit.
we believe you.
Yeah, real.
I didn't go to one though. I've never been to a frat party.
Yeah, every time my frat threw a party, I would leave actually. So I would go to the library, just chill out.
Yeah, that shit sucked. I wanted to learn. That's why I went to school.
Yeah, sure.
There was...
Dude, I did
man.
rush week and I did not like it. Sorry, what were you saying, Ignoble?
No, I was gonna say my frat story. You can go first.
I was just I have this one time when I was like trying to see what the frats were like, and I was a freshman, wasn't really fully acclimated. I had a girlfriend in freshman year, which is just, guys,
You literally
you're this
didn't have
young.
to say that. Like,
I
is that
fucked myself,
relevant?
okay? I fucked my whole college experience because I just went in with a girlfriend. It was a bad choice. Don't do it. Be single.
Don't do
live
it.
your life. Go
Leave
be
her.
a man whore. Whatever you want to do, you know, just actually build relationships with people. So because of that, I didn't really open myself up. So I went out on rush week and I was like, all right, let's go ahead and try it. Proceeded to go to the worst fraternity parties where pretty much every woman was about to be roofied, and it was just a horrible experience. And then I think I got split up from my friends, and I was so drunk at this point. This was like our 7th house we were going to, and they were basically denying me because I didn't say like their call sign for their like fraternity, and they were being very like frat douchey guys, like, you're not getting in, bro. You don't know our fucking house sign. And I was like, I don't give a fuck. I just want to go get my friends before we leave. And then the dude like just straight up tried to fight me in the street. So yeah, that was interesting. He swung at me, but didn't hit. So I kind of did
You're too quick.
the Matrix
Ooh,
move,
yeah.
you know.
Bro got the moves.
Good.
What about yours, Ignoble?
Dude, there was... I also did rush week as well. I was kind of in the same boat as Ubaru, where I was like, I don't really know if I want to do this or not. I'm just going to see what's up. You know, just an excuse to go out and drink as a freshman. And my roommate at the time, not my roommate later in college, but friend at that point, he's like, yeah, I know a guy in this frat. Let's go over to this party. They seem like they're pretty cool. You know, I'm just like, sure. You know, I don't know what's up. I don't know anything about these frats. So we're going to a pregame. We go over to, he takes me out to their apartment, apparently. And we go into this like apartment complex, which is just like kind of shitty, kind of run down. I'm like, okay, whatever. I guess a chill pregame or something. We'll go out here. Turns out that frat doesn't have a house. They have just been partying out of that fucking crack house apartment, is what I learned as soon as I got there. But what made it worse was I walk into this apartment, and there are approximately 8 dudes on a couch. You can't even see my whole couch. 8 dudes on one couch, 2 dudes sitting on another chair, and there's one other guy who's doing a little light show with the lights on his hands, and everyone's and it's completely dark. That is what I walk into. 0 women, not a single vagina to be found anywhere. I walk into the fucking kitchen. I took 3 shots of tequila and said that I was feeling sick and went home. I was like, I can't fucking be here. This is like legitimately the worst experience I've ever had.
They just dropped acid.
I probably went,
Dude, they were filming a TikTok. I've seen TikToks like that where dudes are fucking doing the fucking hand shit and they have little lights on their fingertips.
Yeah, people will do psychedelics and then they'll do that because it like creates crazy images in your head. Like the first rave I went to an Excision and a Liquid Stranger set when I was 16 because my stepdad and I really liked dubstep at the time because it was at the time of like early 2010s. They were doing a lot of cool shit. So that other people weren't. So like I go there and I think I've told this story before, but this dude kept asking me if I was a cop, and I'm like, I'm 16, bro. Like everybody was really high, and there was people like with lightsabers and doing the finger shit. And my dad, I said that, I was like, yeah, we probably better leave.
Is it because you had a mustache at 16 that he asked if you were a cop?
I was clean shaven. I actually cared.
Bro, they thought they were getting 21 Jump Streeted. They thought you were Channing Tatum, bro.
Dude, I just watched that movie.
Really?
Dude, I watched that too. This is nice.
There's no way you just said
John
that with
Cena?
your mouth.
Yeah, I thought.
Dude.
My bad.
You might be the dumbest mother.
So
this guy does not watch movies.
Dude. So Ignoble, why are you solid? I want to know.
Why am I solid? That's not a
Yeah.
question I feel very comfortable answering. I'm more of a show and
Well,
tell kind of guy.
Which
But,
one of us caused you to be solid?
Look,
If you had to make a
I'm one of
choice,
those-
I mean,
dude, I'm one of those guys who like shows up to the event like already bricked up. I don't need any like fluffing before. Got to see your
Right.
faces type shit.
Pre-game it.
Exactly. I'm pregame fluff. You want to show up with like the half chub going on at least at the minimum. You don't want to be that guy
Oh,
who's coming in
absolutely.
like fucking soft limp dick type shit. Like, nah, dude. Learn that the hard way.
It's respectable.
Yeah.
That's respectable. Gotta have it
What-
kind of showing through the pants, you know? Just get a little, like you said, a
Yeah.
little fluff in the pants. Yeah.
How
How did you actually choose your name?
It's like one of the most boring and pretty lame stories, but if you're truly interested, I was in college and at the time I was still under a particular gaming name of mine, which had persisted since middle school, and there were just a few too many X's in the name. It was like X, lowercase x, capital X.
Ooh.
It was like just, that
brick
type
shot or
shit.
name or something.
Yeah, and I was like, I am literally almost 19 or 20. I cannot be walking around with a fucking gamer tag like that. So I was in my chem class, and I was just like fucking doodling random shit. And then we're learning about noble gases, and I was just like, dang, I'm just gonna take those words and invert them, and here we are, IgnobleSolid.
Oh, that's kind of sick.
yeah.
So, like, when you're ignoble liquid, does that mean you have like diarrhea?
I haven't thought about it, but that I may call myself that if I'm ever shitting myself. I'll be like, "Hey, man, this is like we're here, we did it."
Yeah,
Yeah,
I remember
sorry, boys.
exactly
Can't
when
come out
Beandip
tonight.
said that.
IgnobleSolid's got some ignoble liquid. Cannot
actually-
go out tonight at all.
That's pretty funny because like somebody, I think when I was streaming, somebody came with the name Ignoble Liquid into my stream, and I was like, "Dude, that's like, why are you making weird versions of my name?" Then I think he started spamming racial slurs after, and I was like, "Dude, that might just be my alt." So.
Holy shit. It's like, I've got to take action on this. People are gonna think this is me. I need to do something.
Right, I'm just like, whoa, cut it out, man. Like they'll
You're
know.
playing the part a little too well, buddy. Fucking reel it in. All right.
Oh man,
Let me be me. Let you be you.
yeah, it's
Dude.
pretty cool.
Do you miss streaming at all?
Honestly, I go back and forth. Because part of it is like I loved the, just being able to talk to people. Obviously, like just hitting, like being in your office or living room or whatever and clicking the go live button and then being able to talk to like 20, 30, 40, 50 people, like different people. You're just like, this is fucking sick. I'm having all this social interaction. But at the same time, like time just flies when you're streaming. And I feel like a stream is at minimum like 3 to 4 hours. So like if you stream, you snap your finger, it goes from like 7 or 8 p.m. It's midnight already. So like your entire like evening is sort of just evaporates,
Gone.
right? And it's not even something like you can like turn it on, turn it off, because I feel like with streaming there's like a setup here. You're gonna chill on Twitch for a bit, you got to get ready and like get in the mindset, and then after you have your stream you turn it off, and then you like probably chill in other Twitch chats because you hosted somebody, and that entire time takes like 5-6 hours, and I'm just like, that is a huge time. If I want to stream like 3-4 times a week, that's just not possible. Like it's impossible to juggle like job plus that, and I'm just like, my body's not capable of putting it all together.
Yeah.
But
So have you not thought about doing like tossing up the occasional stream just whenever you're bored? Maybe not commit to like a schedule, but just like a for fun once every 2 weeks. Hey guys, I'm alive, kind of thing.
I thought about it, and I feel like that would like, alongside me stopping streaming, it also had to do with like I was just also not enjoying RuneScape anymore. Like
That's fair.
like if you,
Yeah,
if you
forestry killed you, dog.
bro, it
I'm
was
gonna be honest.
I green log forestry,
You
and
went
it was
so
over,
dry.
dude. It was over. It was
Dude,
over,
as soon
bro.
as you became a green logger, bro, as soon as I knew that you're a green logger, I'm like, his days are numbered. It's over for this guy.
That's
This
how
is
you
his
know
fun
you've
in
reached like
RuneScape.
that's how you know you reach peak endgame in RuneScape. It's not like, killing Zuck or doing like crazy type shit like speed Inferno speeds. It's fucking going out and trying to green log forestry type shit. Like that's how you know you're like you've hit it. That's it. There's nowhere to go from there. Don't fucking do it, man. Don't do it.
And if it like happened to you on a main, you could just start an Iron Man, but you're already an Iron Man, so
Yeah.
I've already drank the Kool-Aid, just drank it early when I was fucking 12, like a good little boy.
And look where we are now.
But yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's I've thought about it, but like I'd only stream RuneScape, and if I don't want, I literally haven't even logged into RuneScape. I've logged into RuneScape twice in the last, I think, year almost, and both times were when this most recent leagues came out. I literally last logged in the leagues before this one. That ended. I was like, I don't want to play anymore. Logged back into this leagues, went to Draenor, did 10 laps, logged out, and said, fuck this is lame as shit, and I did not go back.
Based.
That's some real shit.
So
That's some real shit. I've also been on the fuck old school, I don't really want to play that shit wave for like the last like 6 months or so.
it's nice.
It's been awesome.
It's nice to get
And
away
you
from
did something
shows.
worse.
Alright. Whoa. Playing a more fun game. I don't know if that's worse.
What are you doing now?
At least
What do you
from my
play?
opinion. I've been playing a lot of different games now, but I've replaced old school in my portfolio with going for RuneScape 3 brought out Group Iron Man, and like there's actually group content on that game, so like I've been fucking pumping that out. Oh my god,
Him and Mason.
I have so many hours. Yeah.
Well, Mason was playing leagues, and then he also got front page, so makes
Part of
sense.
me feels bad because I'm like, dude, like I feel like I was able to grind things out before. Now I'm a coward. I'm not like who I once was. I'm changed. I'm just not who I used to be.
You're like the RuneScape Unk now.
That's what it is. Like, oh
Yeah.
man, I'm like telling my kids like, you can stop and go outside sometimes, right? It's like, and you're like, shut the fuck
Give
up.
it 6 months. You're gonna be back on Twitch and people's chats. Fuck RuneScape. Fuck this. Fuck this game.
All right,
sucks.
Uncle,
You're gonna
relax.
be typing
Yeah,
in
wrong
all caps.
uncle.
You're gonna be typing in all caps.
Yeah. Different uncle, same vibe. He's just on some bullshit.
I feel like a
But
lot
yeah,
of
love
people
his
who
politics,
quit
though.
RuneScape end up being like, not a lot, but a pretty significant amount always be like, fuck RuneScape, that shit sucks, and they go back. I'm thinking like Sephiro type shit, who just like
Yeah.
go around telling people not to jerk off and not watch porn, and you guys are going to hell type shit. And I'm like, so you can be in the middle. You can be like, RuneScape's cool, but I don't want to play it. Like, it's okay to be
Yeah.
in that position.
I just like to listen to porn. I don't like to watch it.
Yeah.
Different.
You can.
for
It's
whatever
okay
reason.
with being down the middle. You don't have to commit to one side or the other.
I like that.
RuneScape's cool. I just don't play it. Porn, it's cool, but I prefer magazines. Old school.
Yeah, you're the
okay,
Unk.
okay,
Yeah.
70-year-old man. Like,
Jeez.
Dude, okay. Whoa. No. Okay, look.
do you read
We
the
talked-
newspaper
okay.
too? Like,
Ignoble,
are you
I want your
investing
opinion on
in
something.
Apple in the 70s? Like, what's going on, buddy?
I want your opinion on something. I think it was the last
Go on.
pod or the pod before.
Mhm.
I had talked about how when I was a kid, I wasn't allowed to have like regular internet access.
Mhm.
So I like would trace like Zero Suit Samus on a piece of paper, and I would like make her be naked instead of wearing the Zero Suit. What are your thoughts on that? Is that not smart as fuck, or is that down bad? It's like I was like 13. Bear in mind.
That's like one of those ages where you just start fucking exploring your sexuality type shit, So like I get it. There's nothing wrong with that. It's like looking back at it, you're just like, man, that's fucking weird. But like, I don't think it's as weird as people make it out to be. It's like people did some
It's
dumb
just like
shit
I
back
was a
then.
kid, bro.
Yeah,
It's
bro.
not that
I
bad.
had an iPod Touch, and there was somehow at some point, I forget where I even acquired this. There was a photo of a woman in a bikini, a scandalous bikini, and like I would just fucking tune into that particular photo and just like I was like, yeah, this shit is so nice. I can have it. Like, oh yeah, it's like we've all been there, man. Like no judgment. We've all beat our shit as kids. Like not.
Whoa. Where's
Yeah, let's.
this conversation going?
I'm done.
Caught. Wait a
All
minute.
right.
Anyways,
We're giving Beandip
Let's
we're giving
preface
Beandip some
this.
fluff.
He means in a time capsule, We were all in a time
yeah,
capsule one
time capsule.
Yeah. We all have our unique experiences and things we've become accustomed to and our interests. And yeah.
So,
True.
I have a question about swimsuits. Do you even see people wearing Speedos? Like, is that really even a thing
Men?
besides swimming competitions?
I feel like people
Is that-
do.
Is Is that a question to everybody or Ignoble or?
Yeah, like, have you ever seen a person
Why-
in your actual
why
life
not?
wear a Speedo?
I don't think I've ever
It's just a weird
seen
question.
anyone in person wear one, but like I know for a fact people do just do that.
I think
People
it's a
just
Europe
prefer
thing.
Speedos.
It's definitely a Europe thing for sure.
Yeah. Europe type
it's a
shit.
foreign thing.
Europe type
Not
shit, and
just
also
okay.
like one of
Speedo.
those nude beaches type shit, where like weird old dudes with leathery skin are walking around with speedos on type. Like that's like
They don't need no
specific to
lotion.
them. Yeah, that's
They don't need
Hell nah. They don't need
Dry
no
gang, shout
suntan
out.
lotion. Yeah, dry gang.
Dude,
Guys,
shout out.
comment
So-
dry gang
no.
if you're dry gang in the comments.
Dry gang. Wow.
dry gang.
Dry gang.
So because you haven't streamed in a while, I was gonna ask, is there like a specific creator that you miss watching a lot, or do you have like specific creators that you kind of have have favoritism towards in the space? Not in like, I guess favoritism's the wrong word, but creators that you like really miss, I guess is a good way to put it.
Maybe even like somebody who doesn't stream anymore, like that you've loved to watch like all time, like when you first started streaming. Could just be like, who would you like appreciate to pop up and be like, wow, this is like a moment.
Asian Bunny X for sure, dude.
Can you unban me in her stream? Thank you.
There's
For
a history
sure.
between Asian Bunny X and Beandip.
Do
Yeah.
I want to know?
I forgot.
Do I
I
wanna
forgot that you watched Asian Bunny X.
Were
Yeah.
you like an avid viewer
I-
of Asian Bunny X?
No, okay, so I tuned into one
Avid
stream and she
chatter.
was playing League of Legends and her audio was desynced and it was so loud. And I typed, "Hey, I love the stream. Great game. Can you fix your audio?" And I sent like 3 or 4 messages of that. And the last one I sent was, "I'm going to paint my walls with my brain if you don't switch your audio, please. This is not a cry for help. Just change your audio." Then I got permed.
I don't know. I don't know
That's-
if it had that much pleasantries at the end of it. I think it was. a
No,
little-
it didn't. It
No,
did not.
it was way
I was
shorter.
trying to help her. I just had to play to her emotions, really, because that's the only way I thought I was gonna get somewhere.
Damn, dude. I'm sorry to hear that.
I will
I'll,
say I love
I got someone's attention because you got banned for it. So
yeah.
Yeah, can
it
you put in a
reached the
good
right
word?
person. Yeah.
I'll let her know. I think you can always try, start with the donate button because that's typically a good way to get women to talk to you. But, from
For any
experience,
streamer
let
to
me tell
talk to you.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm
It works.
$10,000 in debt and hasn't worked yet, so we'll see.
it'll happen someday soon. In
What's
terms of
another
streamers that I really miss, though, it's that's a tough one. I think there are some who I loved watching Idol. If you guys remember who Idol is, Idol
Mhm.
fucking RuneScape guy. He does WoW shit. I don't even know what he does now. He does
Yeah,
different
he's the
shit now.
MMO guy now on YouTube.
MMO guy. Now he's different. He's changed. But I always loved his streams. I thought he was funny as hell. He was a
I liked him
fucking
before he
goofy ass
changed.
dude.
I liked him when he was just a RuneScape guy.
Right? Man, I definitely liked him. Because like, I don't even know how to put my finger on it. I just really like chilling in his channel. Cool vibes. Who else can I think?
So
There's-
was
I
this
mean-
time like right around COVID?
Yeah,
Like
that's what I would say.
2021, 2020?
That's what I would say. Like around 2020, 2021, like that was peak Twitch for, anybody who was on Twitch at the time or still is.
True.
Because like that's when everybody was stuck at home. COVID was a time where people are going home and writing fucking blogs about, oh man, I'm depressed because I can't see my friends and go outside. I'm like, I get to stay at home and hang out with my fucking computer friends for like 16 hours a day, dude. This is the life.
Real
This
shit.
is like,
So good.
I am literally peaking right now. So I just wish I could just like bring out all the people I chatted with, talked to. Like honestly, it genuinely makes me a little sad sometimes. If you go into the little Discord messages icon and you scroll down like super far and you see all those messages from like 2020, 2021, 2022, you're like, damn, dude, these are people who I used to get in voice with like every day after stream, before stream, or like just chilling on a regular. And now it's, people have gone on to do their own shit and it's like nostalgic and like, oh man, I really miss that type.
Could you imagine
yeah,
if they
for sure.
did like, how like Snapchat memories like pops up? It'll be like
Mhm.
6 years ago. It'll be like you in a picture of your ex and you like want to kill yourself. But like, imagine if that was like Discord, like exactly like how you mentioned it. That would suck. So they shouldn't come. Don't come out with that. It's just a random aside. Just think about that. They could just ruin your life like that. You could just have a DM with a friend from 6 years ago that pops up. They're just not online anymore. Last online 5 years ago. Classic Xbox moment.
Dude, that one hurts. Oh, dude. Oh my god, I just remembered. I just looked at the chatting channel in this Discord. Saw fucking Secon in here, bro. The Secon live streams. Oh my god, that was a goated time. I miss those days.
It's just 3 hours of him complaining. It's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Seeing like, another colored man succeed in the space.
Yeah. I love Secon. There's actually a interesting story he brought up that I think would be, I don't know, I'd like to hear it in your words maybe. So there's a moment that you were streaming, and it was, I think, at the beginning of your stream before you knew Secon, and he stumbled upon your stream with DJ Cumboy, and they were watching, and you were at Cerberus, and you were fake flexing on some guy who like didn't know how to play the game, and you're like, yeah, let me show you how to play, and you just kept dying over and over and over again to serve and playing it off like it was like you knew what you were doing. But can you explain further? Maybe I don't understand the nuance of the story.
You guys just don't understand comedy, okay? That's what I'm trying to say. Like, this is, it's deep, okay? It runs deep. Like, I'm committed to the bit, And Secon came in at a time where I was, in maybe not the best PVMer, so I was still learning. Cerberus was hard. You have to fucking flick 3 prayers, bro. Like, that shit's crazy. Like, you're asking way too much for somebody. That's like, anyways.
For a Slayer boss? That's just too much.
Nah, dude, that's crazy. I wasn't even wearing. I was wearing like BCP and fucking like I don't even know what kind. I was wearing like a rune legs or dragon legs type shit. Maybe
that's
if I remember
setting.
Correctly.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And I do remember this because Secon comes in and comments about this. There's this dude who was killing hellhounds outside of Cerberus, right? And I was just like, flexing on this little dude. I'm just like, bro, damn, what you doing, little boy? I was like, shit. I walk right by him, go to Cerberus, get my kills in, I'm reading chat because, chat's popping. I think I have like 3-4 viewers at the time. It's
sure,
like,
man.
it was really crazy. And like,
that's huge. That's big.
Yeah, dude, at the time,
Just
I had
fly.
to read chat. You gotta like, that shit was waterfalling if you're blind type shit.
So you were like the Kai Cenat of RuneScape in this moment. Like, you were so locked in on chat. You were like, fuck the content. Like, I'm engaged right now.
Exactly. And I happened to die. It's probably like lag spike type shit. And I come running back and I run by the dude again, and dude's just like, yo, what's up? I was like, fuck, and I'm just a naked ass dude just running back to the serve because my death pile's just there. And I'm like, all right, whatever, dude. And I go back, start doing another kill, and whatever, reading chat, waterfall type shit, and somehow happen to die again. And it got to the point where like there was multiple death piles on the screen, to the point where you couldn't really see what was on the screen because all just white text stacked up in multiple columns. And it's the same dude standing outside Hellhound just watching me go back naked every single time. And it was just a pretty formative moment. And I think that sort of sealed into probably Secon and DJ Cumboy's minds that I'm, probably one of the goated PVMers of the old school RuneScape section in those days. But
I love how we get to you're the most goated PV ever. That was really a trip.
Yeah,
honestly, when I
go ahead.
Oh, sorry, go ahead. Well, I was gonna say when I first started watching you PVM, my first intro was watching you get a Nihil horn drop. That was crazy. And you know what? I have a friend who doesn't even watch streams who sends me that clip probably once every 3 months. He is like, he thinks that's one of the most insane RuneScape clips ever.
That was that was a time. It was painful, don't get me wrong, but like it was on stream, so I was like I was shocked, but I didn't even know how to process it. I was just like on stream thinking like, oh fuck, I just lost something. And then I'm like, I'm also streaming. I can't just like, what I would normally do if I'm mad is just like, whip out my wiener and beat one off to like not think about the sadness going on. And I'm like, I can't do that right now. I'm frozen type shit. And that's how that ended. So
It's kind
That
of
is
crazy though. Like
crazy.
that's just such a moment. Like you think like when you're streaming, like you want to make like some kind of impact, whether it's like you have like you're funny or like something crazy happens while you're live, and then like you're just in the moment, like, oh fuck, like I gotta get this last item on this grind. Like I'm just here, just sitting here. You're like, oh my god, I got it. So then you're just relieved, not thinking. Boom. You just clip farmed yourself because you were so zoned out, and you're like, I beat the game, I won. You die. You don't know how to process it. You're wasting time. By the time you think you could even get there, you wouldn't have been able to, even if you were fucking Wooks, like tick perfect. Like there's no chance. And yeah. Just
I think Uber's talking about his Colo streams, actually.
okay, well. Says you. Says you. Shut
I got
up.
7KC, bro.
I think I've,
damn. Okay.
I mean, you're kind of getting up there, bro. Kind of getting up there.
Might be the
Yeah,
goat.
that's definitely still like peak like thing for. I didn't expect it to be that as big as it was, because I even had like IRL friends who played RuneScape but weren't really like, who didn't really know much, or basically noobs, right? And they're like, yo, dude,
Yeah.
we saw this fucking clip of you. What the hell, man? I was like, yeah, fuck me, right? And
They
like,
don't
I don't
even know.
They don't even know what I'm fucking
Yeah.
doing. They're just like, what the fuck is that? Like, what happened? I
That
was
sucked.
like, yeah.
Thank you for reminding me. Yeah, it's awesome.
But it was, yeah. I feel like there were people who were like truly like, there are other irons who had gone super dry at Next, and they're like, oh, we get the pain, bro. I'm so sorry. Like, I can't believe that happened to you. But like, I didn't process it. I didn't feel as bad, because I was just like, as you said, I just literally clip farmed myself. I literally just like fucking boosted up my viewers by doing dumb shit. Like, this is like, it worked. But
It's optimal. So
Mhm.
guys, start faking clips, start dying a lot, start just make it
Yell
interesting.
Behemoth.
Yeah.
Start a chunk locked Iron Man. Submit yourself to torture.
No,
I'm not watching
that's a YouTube strat, not a Twitch strat. I can't even imagine what a chunk locked Twitch stream would look like. That's got to be the most boring stream probably. You're sitting there for 20 hours.
It's like, yes, I've seen like snippets of like fucking Limpwort do his on stream. And
Okay.
he literally just like sat there for like 10 hours, whatever the fuck.
Okay.
Just doing temperos.
Limpwort's
the entire
kind of
time.
entertaining.
I mean, Limpwort's the goat
I mean,
in terms of like
you have to be entertaining personality wise in order to
Yeah.
like do that in the first place. It's just when you're doing boring shit on stream, you have to be entertaining as a person rather than rely on the gameplay.
I know we're talking a lot about streaming, Ignoble, but one thing I wanted to ask is, since you stopped streaming, what's something that you've gained by stopping streaming, and on the contrary, what do you miss that you could have back?
It's a good question. In terms of gaining, I spoke about this earlier, but I think the time, like, I find myself with so much more time to put into other things. And I'm not saying that, like, you gotta quit RuneScape and spend your life doing better things. I feel like that's a fucking boomer ass take. If you're having fun playing RuneScape, you're doing well. But I've found that I now have time to go do some more physical activities that I've always wanted to get back into doing.
Like what?
I was a tennis player for a pretty significant portion of my life, so I started going back playing after many years, and I even started fucking coaching a bunch of people in the last couple months.
That's
Just
awesome.
been,
like,
Holy
It's been
shit.
super fun. It's like it's literally like it pays shit, but it's super fun to get out there and just like do things like that, because I'm like that. I did that shit when I was like in very early high school. I haven't done that shit in like fucking decade and a half. So it's kind of fun to go back out there, like see these kids out there trying to play, helping
Still
some
got
like,
it.
older people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, this is
Love
like
15, man. Love 15. You're not beating the allegations.
Guys, if you don't know, that's a tennis term in terms of the scoring. I don't even know how it works. I don't play tennis. I just know love and 15. It's a nuanced joke, guys. He's calling him a pedophile. That's the joke. Okay, anyways.
Thanks for making it not nuanced. Now it's not nuanced at all.
I'm trying to help people who don't watch tennis, man. Like let me help somebody, okay?
I think part of the jokes is like, it's funnier when some people don't get it, and you gotta leave it that. Like, sometimes you have to leave it that way. Like, when I have my humor, I would sometimes don't want people to get the joke, because I think that's fun. I think it's funny when people don't get the joke, but then I get mad if people don't get the joke. So it really teeter-totters.
See,
Yeah,
but like Oob said the same thing to me literally yesterday, that like my type of humor is like making a joke to someone or to people, but none of those people know what the punchline is, but I do. So I'm just sitting here like laughing at myself. Meanwhile, no one else is in on the joke, and that is where it like sucks. But also, I still laugh. So like, who's the real winner? You know what I mean?
There's some learning on the punchline, because sometimes you laugh when you deliver the punchline, and then you'll pause and wait for somebody to understand what you're saying, and then nobody could hear because you laughed through.
Yeah,
yeah.
They're
like, huh?
I don't know, man. It just
it's practice.
be
It's
how it
practice.
be.
It's fine.
It's like someone sent me a fucking 21 Pilots song, and I was in voice chat with Oop, and I was like, this sounds like fucking Baby No Money. So I responded to this person while laughing my ass off. I just responded to this person, I'm like, yeah, I love Baby No Money. And it's like, this person isn't gonna fucking understand what I'm talking about, but like,
No.
I'm laughing, so all good, I guess.
I agree.
So
I
fuck
agree.
it. Yeah. Just live in your own world.
Well,
yeah.
well, I didn't mean to derail, but so I mean that's awesome that you're getting back into tennis and things like that. I was curious because I feel like everything, like the older you get, the more you realize every day and every choice has so many different outcomes, and sometimes I feel like the older I get, the more I'm making choices. Because as a kid, like you could do whatever and it doesn't really matter, but now that I'm like 26, like my choices are closing things and opening less, and that's okay. But I was curious about your perspective on stream, and of course you can stream in the future, but
It's
you know.
yeah.
No, you
I
should
mean,
never do it again, actually. We should decide that right now.
All right, fuck me
just
then.
never.
All right, cool.
Yeah, all right, man. Thanks, appreciate it. I do agree with you. What you say about like opening, closing things. I found that like with going away from streaming or like playing just I would say like bigger apps, more abstract, taking away from just streaming, like playing RuneScape. I got that time back to go explore all those doors that never really explored before, because in my brain there's always like 15 different things that you want to try, right? You're just like, I want to do this, I want to read books, I want to go fucking do something, I want to go woodworking, I want to play a certain sport type shit. And when you have something like RuneScape or streaming that takes up a significant chunk of your free time, you only have a small amount of time left, right? And no one's the kind of person who like spends their entire day, like if you're working and then the rest of the day you're always out doing something, you need your time to rest. And once you take out all that rest time, you take out that RuneScape time, you take out that potential work time, you have so little time left to explore like other things you might enjoy, that like you're like, oh no, I'm too old to do this now. But I don't think there's any such thing as that. Like, yeah, you may not become like a fucking fitness freak or something, but you can still become pretty good at most things. It's literally just a time thing, and it also lets you explore things that you may not like. For example, you go out and you take some lessons. Say you go play pickleball type shit, and you're like, damn, this is the worst shit ever, but I still want to go out Saturdays and do it because that's where the hot milfs are. Like, so it's great to go out and explore these things.
That's some British ass like high end sport. I feel like.
That's badminton.
No,
isn't
Pickleball's
pickleball like for like? Isn't that for
Old
like
people?
like Wall Street guys and like I don't know? It seems like a very like.
I feel
Maybe
like
I'm
it's more like polo is for
Yeah,
Isn't
the fucking horse.
Oh, really?
Shit. But,
pickleball,
like,
is
just
it's
like
too accessible.
baseball, but
really?
It's literally just you literally get a
More
paddle
primal.
and a fucking plastic ball, and you go onto the courts
Yeah.
and you play. You take over tennis courts
So-
and play with that shit. And like people,
So
a lot of
it's
old
like ping
people
pong
play
on a
because-
wall.
no, it's not on a wall. It's just like on a court, but it's like shortened court, so like a lot less movement.
Okay.
So you'll see people who are older get into it because they don't need to, be the agility and speed doesn't play as big a factor into this sport.
It's more like the tracking and like the patience of it versus.
Exactly.
Okay.
So like if you are it's a peak adult sports. A lot of people have been doing these last couple of years. So if you are trying to, find potentially like a single mom divorce type shit or dads, whatever your deal is, like you
Bills.
can go to, dude, there are some hot ass dudes, and they just take their shirts off,
Grandmas.
and like I've not seen any grandmas take their shirts off, but that's
Yeah.
I wish.
There's time. Yeah.
There's time. But
Not
it's
till we're
it's
back
just
in
nice
my
to do
house.
that. Yeah, it's nice to go out and just try random shit. So, highly recommend.
That's cool,
I feel
though.
like I
Yeah.
rambled on, but
No, I'm glad you're getting like your stride in like athleticism and like trying stuff, because like 15 years in between doing like a passion you've had and stopped because like you played video games for like a majority of your life instead is kind of like eye-opening in terms of things you could do outside. And like that's definitely something I've noticed, because I've been streaming less. Like I still want to stream and do content creation, of course, but I've kind of focused more on making like YouTube stuff, like managing this podcast, like organizing stuff. I've become more like type A in a way, even though I'm still like an ADHD brain. Like I want to try everything and see what I like. But like streaming less has definitely made like my mental bandwidth like so much better. So I definitely agree with like your sentiment of you having more time to just kind of calculate what you want to do. Resting is very important, especially people who do content creation. You got to think about people who stream like 8-10 hours a day. When are they going to go to sleep? When are they going to go do laundry? When are they going to make food? When are they going to, they're probably going to DoorDash, you know? We've all been victims of DoorDash. Day zero hitting the DoorDash, you know? We've all been there.
Literally within the last week, I've heard a streamer complain that he has no time because he streams 14 hours a day. Hey man, stream 10 hours a day. You'll have 4 hours to get fucking everything done every day. You set your own fucking hours as a streamer. Do not bitch about having no fucking time when you force yourself into having no time, because that's a fucking excuse, bro.
That's a
That's why I do
voluntary
the yearly
choice.
stream. I stream once a year to collect the
Beandip
paycheck.
stream.
Guys, tune
Solid.
in and sub to him, okay?
Yeah.
You'll
Hook
see
'em
me
up.
once a year.
Yeah.
So it's like to wrap it up, right? Quit RuneScape 12 months ago, bought a new car, have an amazing new girlfriend, make a shitload of money, buying a house this spring. You party every weekend. You're never home. You're enjoying life. I think everyone that's listening right now should do yourself a favor and stop making gaming a career. It's cringe as fuck. Sorry.
I don't know.
You sound
I
like
think it's
every guy on Instagram lying to people.
That's
to
a,
try and
like
sell
that.
course.
that's a fucking the
Yeah.
copy pasta that went around forever.
I would
really?
That's the problem,
I would amend what you just said. I would like to clarify that I don't have one girlfriend. I have multiple wives. I have a couple children and more than one car.
Valid.
I don't want you to be like, I don't want people to get it fucking twisted here. Don't
Yeah.
don't downplay my
Got the
achievements,
range
okay?
in the Bentley.
Yeah.
I understand.
Like,
I understand.
The range in the Bentley.
Yeah.
Got the range. Rover, by the way.
Yeah,
I feel like
I
you
also
have
have
an
an Honda
unfair
Accord too,
advantage.
so that's my
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
You got to
Alright,
keep
my
it
bad.
humble, you know? You got to move in silence. I
Dude,
get
that's
it.
the Econ car. It's fine.
yeah.
The
Yeah.
04 Honda Accord.
Oh, dude, that
It's
shit still gets 30
reliable.
miles per gallon. Give me that
Apple.
shit all day a week, all day every
Absolutely.
day.
I feel like you have an unfair advantage though, because you have a doctorate.
Do I?
I thought you did.
Oh
Right?
no,
You're
I
a
meant do I
PhD
as in do I
man.
have an advantage? I do have a doctorate, yes, but I don't know if that gives me an advantage in terms of.
Well, actually, speaking of, we're gonna ask like, does anybody that you work with know that you streamed or like, messed around with Twitch and stuff?
At work? No, nobody knows at work.
I think that's probably a good idea.
Probably for the better.
Yeah.
But like I have I've spent like a pretty big time in my life keeping things separate because I like having a professional side of things and a fun, chill kind of thing. I don't like mixing two worlds where there could be potential judgment based on certain things being said in certain environments. But
Yeah.
I will say that I also be like, okay, I have to be super, careful and smart in the workplace. A lot of my coworkers, my age, like younger, they're just as retarded as you guys, if not more. Like,
Whoa.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
Noticing
we're
a distinct
retarded.
lack of us
Yeah.
in there.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
Yeah.
honestly, I should have said us. My bad. I had
No, I was about
to.
to say, bro's excluding himself. What the hell?
I should have said us because I am very much included in that list. It's crazy because like these guys are just the same. They're just goobers. Like it does not
Yeah.
matter whether you're an online guy, whether you're in life, or, IRL type person. You are. Most people who are relatively normal are just a bunch of fucking goobers that you can hang out with, no matter what the setting is. So it's like it's really refreshing to see. It's been like cool. These people are just chill dudes to hang out with as well.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I think it's good to have like a separation because like even despite what people might think with the internet especially, right? Because you see so many people now like losing their jobs because of tweets or Snapchats or what. Literally at my mom's work like 6 months ago, not even, a girl got fired because of something she posted on Snapchat.
Was it
It's like,
bad?
It was really bad. I don't even want to read it. It was.
She's like, fuck,
Dude, you gotta
fuck
tell
work,
us.
It
fuck
was-
work. I'm getting
it
drunk
was-
as fuck.
She said something. She said something very bad about Native American people, and I
Oh.
live very close to multiple reservations.
Ooh,
Yo,
That's not good.
that's
Yeah.
not cool.
She's not
Yeah.
being
But,
inclusive. Guys, we gotta fire her, you know?
Yeah, but it's like,
You know?
but there's also like this line in my head because I'm not fucking brain rotted enough to like remove that line. That like who you are at work is not who you are in your like personal life or whatever. And it's like you can make edgy jokes online or whatever and still be like the most professional person and keep it completely professional at work. But like that line is so blurred because of internet. I think it's very good to keep them as separated as humanly possible. Absolutely.
I definitely do that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Right.
huh.
See, I've been very open with my identity, and like
That's
I
true.
even told my parents that I do a podcast and stuff. And I feel like at some point, if people are going to judge your merit on one thing or the other instead of the whole, then I think that's unfair. And I also think if like I don't know, if somebody doesn't like what you're doing, then don't even worry about it. That's kind of in the mode I am. I used to really care, but I don't anymore.
I agree with you,
Yeah.
but up to like a certain point, right? Because like, yes, I do agree your merit shouldn't be based on, you know, if you say stupid, edgy shit online. But if you take it into like real life, right? Like, yeah, that's just not how real life works, unfortunately.
Oh no, I
So, like-
don't. I think I'm pretty professional in person.
Yeah, I think most people know when to not be a dumbass in real life, right?
Yeah.
But it's just because, as you said, like the internet is just, you have access to everything. People's names are tied to things. It's very easy to pull up something. Like, don't get me wrong. Like I know for a fact. I know what, I'm not gonna say I know for a fact because you guys may or may not have done this. But when I was younger, I had a Twitter, I had other social media, and I would just say shit. I would say so. I feel like some wild shit. And if any of those tweets ever resurfaced, I look back in horror. It doesn't define me. Like what I'd say as an edgy, 15-year-old does not represent me now, right? But it's still like if someone pulls that up, that's like, that's crazy. You said that shit. You're getting fired, and you're like, fuck me, right?
Yeah. It's like there's a lack of space that people give someone who said something like 5 years ago to grow. It's like they're just, nope, you fucking said that 5 years ago. You were 16. I don't give a fuck. You are a disgusting human being and you need to die. And it's like, dude, I'm like a full grown adult now with like a fully like functioning brain. I would never say some shit like that now. I own that shit though. I'm not even gonna lie, and people know this about me if they do know me at all. That like I will tell people is like, yeah, up until like 2017, I was still saying insane shit that I should not have been saying. But like, it's literally just in that time I've learned and I've been more open-minded and grown as a person. And like to think now that like if I got like a corporate job or something of that nature, someone could go back and like see my tweets or old Discord messages and be like, yep, you're fired, buddy. And it's like, dude, why did I even do all that work bettering myself? You're still just going to use my bad shit against me.
There's
Right.
not a lot of forgiveness in the. I don't know about other space, but in RuneScape, I feel like there's not a lot of forgiveness.
It's just on the internet.
That's
It's the
true.
internet entirely. RuneScape
It's like-
community included in that, but like
Yeah.
the internet as a whole,
Why-
Twitter, everything, it's all just, you did something bad
Yeah.
4 years ago. It's like, you deserve to be condemned for that.
It's like, why hold progressive values if you never let people learn to adopt them? It doesn't make
Because
sense.
they
It's like,
don't care.
that's right. That's right.
They
Goddamn
don't
liberals,
care
am I
about you
right,
trying to
guys?
better yourself.
That's what fucking
Yeah.
libtards. Yeah.
Goddamn libtard.
Do you guys think there's like, so when it comes to like in the sense of like if people get canceled, do you think like cancel culture still exists if you just keep on like trucking through it and like still being present, or do you think like, I mean, there's like instances where it's like, okay, like you do something like you abuse somebody or like you do something horrible, like you murdered somebody, then like I feel like the extent of like your cancellation is like, okay, you're just branded as a murderer, so you probably shouldn't show yourself online. But you know, like if like an allegation comes out or like something maybe not as heinous, I think people can still like have presence even though they're going to be viewed negatively in like the public light, right? So it's like, at least that's the way I view it, but I don't know.
I think people these days can get past like lower tier things, like for example, like tweeting edgy shit. Like some people have tweeted wild shit about, I don't know, people just be like, oh, I will kill myself if this happens, or I will, you know, oh man, I'm so mad, I'm gonna shoot up this place. You're like, that's not an ideal thing to say, but obviously you don't mean it, right? But if you get canceled or some shit like that, like if you power through it, I think these days you can get past it. I think people are more accepting now than they were like just a few years ago, where it was just like anything happens from any time, like it's over for you. But as you said, if someone does something truly heinous, right, then there's no coming back from that. And I think that's okay. Like where that line is, you know, that differs from person to person. But I think like any wild, like, you know, abuse, like murder, like sexual abuse type stuff, I'm like, yeah, no, I will never support you ever again if you do that, you know.
Agreed. Yeah.
I mean, when you tag Pokimane, like,
Would you consider that abuse? You know, tagging Pokimane, going, "Ooh, baby," you know, when you're doing your little singing arc on Twitter.
Has she ever responded to you, by the way?
No, she hasn't.
We were curious.
I fucking wish.
Fuck. Shit.
Like,
dude, you could have been held, bro.
You
kind of gotta. You gotta.
Oh God. Anyways, go ahead.
You have a great voice, dude. Just wanted to say.
True.
Hey, thanks, man.
So, are you a multi-instrumentalist, or do you just sing and play piano?
I grew up playing mostly piano here and there, but my very first paycheck that I ever got in high school went to buying an acoustic guitar. So, picked that up over a little while, because I went through a phase in high school before I was a gamer where I was like, dude, I want to be a musician. Like, I want to like get bitches with music. Like, that should be sick. And
you wanted to be the guy at the campfire, didn't you? You wanted to unironically be that guy.
100%, dude. Like, I'm the guy that whips out the fucking guitar and like, anyways, here's Wonderwall, and I just like start strumming that shit. Oh man, like, dude.
Boo. No, I'm just kidding.
But I don't know when it stopped.
I had a kid like that.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I had a kid like that in my high school that like he deadass would bring his guitar into school every day, and in like the home period or whatever, first period, he would always like hook up his little amp that he would bring and just fucking, he was like hardcore like metalhead guy, so he would just do like fucking guitar solos in our fucking homeroom class, and I'm like, dude, what's the fucking point, dude? I'm just gonna take a nap on the desk before class starts. No one's gonna fucking pay attention to me. I'm just the funny kid. Like, no one gives a fuck about me until I say something funny, which I can't do while this guy is playing fucking Megadeth or whatever the fuck.
I mean, it's pretty distracting, is it not?
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
In my high school home, like period before classes started, we'd be in the lunchroom, and people would just be like grinding on each other with their significant other right before class. It was really bad. Like, you'd see people sitting in each other's laps and like hugging and stuff, and I'm like, geez,
baby,
guys,
grind on me. You just got the guy doing the worm, just fucking grinding the floor.
Did you guys ever have like a rumor
horrible.
in high school about like some people like having sex in a crazy way, or like
Not a
an
rumor.
insane detail? Because like there was rumors about this one guy who was like this really just like I'm talking like 5'4" dude, just tiny guy, that he had a fucking horse cock on him. And apparently that was confirmed. That was confirmed by multiple women who heard that rumor and then like fucking begged him to hook up, basically.
Damn.
It was the craziest shit ever. There was
Imagine
also
being
a rumor that
5'4" horse cock.
dude, there was also a rumor that this girl that I dated for a week like fucked herself with a lighter, like a big lighter. and
I
I got
remember
so
that.
embarrassed.
Oh.
I got so secondhand embarrassed by that rumor that I broke up with her.
That
That was ninth grade. It was ninth grade.
But before that, you're like, let me bring that later. Let's see. Let you guys see if this is.
It's like,
we
I
gotta
got a lighter.
verify some things, baby girl. And then she's like, ew, no. And then you're like, okay, she doesn't do it for me. I gotta leave. I get it.
I don't know if you agree, Ignoble, but dude, the thespians were the freakiest kids because they would at my school they would have sex backstage and in the pit like before school and stuff like.
Oh,
Yikes.
100%.
It was always like the band kids. So I was, as I don't know if I did choir in high school, and we sometimes mingled with the band kids and stuff like that. But it was the people who did like musical theater. There's a big overlap with the choir kids with that. And band. They were just like the band kids were fucking freaks. They were just trying to fuck all the time everywhere, and they're just like weird. And you're like, oh, this is not even. I'm just like, I don't even want to think about this. So it was interesting.
Yeah.
Personally, did not
Yeah.
partake.
I was a
because-
band
yeah.
kid, so I understand.
Mhm.
Yeah,
What
I
instrument
missed
you
his
play?
year though.
I played the I played the boner,
Sorry, I can't
the
unexcuse.
trombone.
I can't unexcuse Alex's joke. That was a good one.
Wait, what did he say? I missed it. Oh my god.
You were like, I was a band kid, and I was like, yeah, but they missed his class. Like the horny bug, like missed your class completely.
No, it did not. I stayed true.
Yeah. Prayer
Out of-
saves all.
because-
I'm still
you chose
I'm
to.
still a virgin to this day. Mhm.
Shout out, dude. I'm glad you're saving yourself for something
Cap.
special.
What? What is that reaction?
Cap.
We were just stun locked, bro. It's like,
Sorry, Noble's camera is frozen, so I thought he was
Oh.
mean bugging me.
He's
Oh.
just like,
I thought-
we're
He's
back,
like, dude,
we're back.
what? We're back.
Am I back?
Oh, that's Riz.
Yeah.
Ooh,
we're
shit. Shit.
the
Man,
Rizzler.
I didn't expect to reminisce over high school a little bit. Man, I had a good time in high school, but I'd never do it again.
Dude, my
Oh, no.
first, I was in a new school for my high school experience, a brand new school. I didn't know anybody there. I just moved halfway across the state, and my first like week there, funnily enough, one of my RuneScape friends was going to that same school, and we were in the same grade, which is crazy, by the way. But yeah, I don't know what happened. I was sitting there talking to him like before we were going to all of our classes and stuff, because we also ended up riding the same bus to school, which was also fucking just insane now that I'm saying it out loud. But this like sophomore, I think he was a sophomore, 10th or 11th grade, and he was wearing these zebra shoes, and he just came up and said, "Hey, have you ever been kicked in the nuts by a zebra?" And I was like, "No." And then he kicked me in the nuts and walked away. And I literally, I'm not even gonna lie, I just sat there and cried because I was like, what the fuck just happened to me? It's like, I'm in a new school, I have literally no friends, and a guy just randomly fucking comes up to me and kicks me in the nuts. And then later that year, we actually became friends for like the rest of our time in school.
And then he became
was a real-
besties.
Yeah, he was a real piece of shit, but he stopped being a piece of shit to me after that. So,
Was
I mean,
that
that's cool at
Colton?
least. No.
Oh.
No.
Hey, have you ever
that
been
was-
disconnected by a racist white guy?
What?
Okay, well, for reference for people on the podcast watching at home, Beandip just disconnected Alex, even though the recording will still just have him there. Bad joke in
Yeah.
terms of the
Yeah.
landscape of how
I
things
couldn't-
work. Sorry.
I had
Dumb
something
fuck.
else in my brain, but it was way worse than racist, so I was like, I got to default to racist.
What's
so,
worse than racism?
there's
Yeah.
I would say a
What
murder.
else? What else? Because you are the person that you are, like, you are that person, right? Who committed said felony, or
Me.
like was said discrimination, right? So like, if you said anything worse than racism,
Mhm.
what was the first thing that crossed your mind that you were gonna call yourself?
Just admit it,
There.
bro. Just say what you're gonna say.
I was gonna make like, I don't know, man. I don't want to say it.
No,
now.
he
Okay.
knows. He knows. He knows.
Listen, you can interpolate what I was gonna say.
You can just
So-
say it because I can just bleep it out.
Okay, I said, you ever been disconnected from a call by Hitler?
That's
Oh,
that's not even that bad.
That's not
Yeah.
that bad. I
What
thought
do
it
you
was gonna be
mean?
worse.
Dude, I
it'd
thought
be
you were
worse.
gonna call yourself a pedo or something.
Yeah, I thought you
Oh,
were
yeah,
gonna say some.
definitely-
I thought you were gonna say
definitely
some.
thought it'd be
We
way
could just
worse.
leave that in. To be honest, I don't think it's that bad. That's not gonna get us
Dude.
demonetized because we're not even monetized, guys. Please subscribe to the channel and follow everybody on the podcast. Thank you. Sorry, I had to do a little.
We're
ad
gonna
there.
put our
Plug that
up
shit.
here. Here's our handles and links.
No, I'm not doing that. You're making every time you're like, put this in, and then you don't give me the clip. Like I just have to guess where it is. Like
My
you'd be like,
camera's gonna do a 360 in a barrel roll right now.
yeah, right now we're gonna change the whole scene. We're gonna make a landscape in AI, and it's gonna be a 30-minute fucking movie in the middle. No, what the fuck?
All right, now I'm in the Windows XP background for computers.
Yo, if we pitch shift the B movie, we could probably put it in here.
Shut up.
No. First of all,
Yeah,
fuck
back to the
Jerry
drawing board
Seinfeld.
with that
Second of
one.
all, fuck that. I'm not doing that.
Fuck Jerry Seinfeld. Dude, what the
All
hell?
right, so
I got
another
a question
question,
actually.
Mr.
I'm
yes.
curious here. I've I did the Based After Dark podcast for a little while before this, for a couple years, and at some point, like there's one instance, I forget like what the topic was. Like there's just some insanely stupid shit just said, and I just like looked around and I was like, my podcast mics should be way more expensive than what they are. Like this should, like, these people should not be allowed to fucking have one.
Yeah.
Dude,
So
I used to say the
yeah.
same shit as soon as the Hawk Tua girl had a podcast. I said they need to make podcast equipment way more expensive, guys. Everybody has a podcast now. Subscribe. Think about it.
my
Nice.
question from
Good
that was
point.
going to be
Put
like,
out a
where,
shitcoin.
why'd you guys make the Terminally Online podcast? I'm curious.
It's like
Uh,
it wasn't my idea at all, but I think the reason I at least joined on was it just sounded like fun. I like bullshitting, and I like just fucking around and just yapping for like, I don't usually talk this much when I'm in a call. It's like I'll talk, but like I won't talk for an hour and a half or whatever straight. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, it just seemed like a cool venture to go on for me personally.
Yeah, so
Makes sense.
originally I had an idea because I got inspired by the Base After Dark podcast, and they like it kind of formulated from the beginning where like it was a bunch of you guys where like you'd have guests on, and then like you kind of had that inception where you started to do more like the main cast. So you had that like distinction of like separating the seasons, and then I was like, I think it's like they have their core thing. Like, what if I like made my own thing? And then I thought, okay, well, I have a good group of friends who I think are funny that I think would like mesh well together, and we make like good jokes, and we have like a generally good vibe. So it's like, why don't we do this to see if we could even try it? Because I think we started in September is when I made the channel and I made the announcements, and I'm like, okay, guys, like, we're going to promote it now. We're going to see how it is. Everybody was like down to just like kind of experiment, because we just wanted to make a bi-weekly podcast where we just talk about streaming landscape, RuneScape, because we're all RuneScape creators or chatters in the community of Twitch, YouTube, whatever. Talk about things we're interested in. I don't know. It's like, at the end of the day, nobody really needs to listen to a podcast because it's just people fucking yapping about their lives. But I always thought it'd be fun to do it, and I only went on the base pod like 2 or 3 times. So I was like, fuck it. I just pitched to the boys, and they were like, hell yeah, let's do it. So that's kind of how the inception started.
I want to kill
Nice.
Joe Rogan in the
Oh,
podcast.
yes, yeah. So he wants to, get as big as Joe Rogan and just dominate him with our success. Yes.
Oh, okay. That way you can dominate him in other ways too, but whatever.
That's true.
I don't know,
Joe
man. I
Rogan's
feel like he'd
definitely
probably
a
beat the
sub.
shit out of me.
Probably.
It's like,
Yeah.
but he's definitely like a sub. He's definitely a masochistic sub.
It's
for
crazy.
sure.
Walter White killed him though. That's
Dude.
wild. Doesn't
Wait,
he look
what?
like Hank though? I'm sorry. He looks like Hank.
He's bald and old. Like Hank is like fat and rotund, and then Joe Rogan just looks like a human muscle. Like it looks like a human bicep with like.
Joe Rogan looks like he works at a deli in New York, bro. I don't know what you're
Joe
talking
Rogan
about.
looks like Big
That's kinda
Justice's
true.
dad.
He does. He does. Big
Yeah,
Justice.
that's kinda
Yeah.
true.
We bring
I keep seeing I keep seeing the meme of them. Someone paid them on fucking Cameo or whatever to be like, "Hey, sorry about your dead brother." he
We
deserves
did that a
5
few
booms. Boom, boom, boom. And people are just like posting that all over Twitter now. And like with it's okay, I don't find this part very funny personally. But they're taking the videos and like pictures and stuff from the California fires and like putting that over top of it, which is not
Stop laughing. You're not selling the
not-
fact that you don't think it's funny by laughing in between. Or is the fact that
not
you're saying
funny.
it's not funny is funny to you, so then you're laughing and you're like, guys, it's not fun. It's not funny.
It's like, it's one of those things where like I feel guilty for like laughing. I know it's an awful thing, but it's like that's just how I've always coped with like awful things, is like laughing. Fucking my best friend in real life can tell you we were actively joking about his mom dying the day after her funeral.
You guys could be comedians, I think, then, if that's the case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Have you talked to this guy?
What the hell?
That was a good one.
So, Ignoble,
Damn.
I have a question for you because I just took a drink of mine. I am a little addicted to caffeine, and I go in and out of doing well with it and doing poorly. We were curious what your vice is.
My vice.
What's something you've really struggled with?
If you have any
that,
vices,
we can
yeah.
talk about.
From the sounds of it, masturbation.
I think that's
Okay,
a feature,
doctor.
not a bug.
Okay.
All right, yeah. What are you, a fucking?
Psychoanalyze.
What are you, my fucking therapist? What did she tell you? Huh? Shut up. Fuck you, man. Anyways, God.
Female therapist, guys, take notes. Female therapist. We got some information out of this guy.
God damn.
Oh god.
I'd say my vices. I don't think I have anything terrible.
Whoa.
Lose someone? Goodbye.
Sorry.
Oh.
Sorry. I hit the
You
space
good?
bar and it removed it from Discord.
I'd say for me, like I get very like hyper fixated on things. So for example, when like I played RuneScape, I get very hyper fixated on a particular goal and put aside most of my other interests or whatever I'm working on, even if it's like healthy stuff, to just focus on that one thing. And that like translates to any other interest of mine too. Like I go down a rabbit hole of learning about, I don't know, fucking something. Like I went to a woodworking class a couple months ago, and like all I could think about for like 2 weeks was like, where can I buy wood? Where can I buy different wood? What can I make with this shit? And I just spent the entire day doing that, like disregarding all my other responsibilities to focus on something like that. So
Yeah.
I don't have like a particular vice in terms of like I'm not a caffeine guy. I don't drink. I drink socially. I have a good time socially, but outside of that, I'd say vice, if you want to call it, is just, I don't know if it's vice. It's just like personality trait, quirk.
Do you have TikTok on your phone?
Yes, I do.
Do you have it on your phone?
I do.
Alrighty, buddy.
Oh,
There it is.
did you guys hear about this new like? I don't know if it's new, but like there's this trend where everybody's downloading this Chinese alternate TikTok called like Red Flag or whatever it's called,
Red
and it's
Note.
just all Red Note, yeah, Red Note, and it's just all in Chinese. I downloaded today because I was just like, what is this? And then I was like, I don't know about this. It's like, is this spyware? Like, what's going on? I don't know what's going on, bro. But it's interesting. Seems like people are on that already from America.
I think Ignoble needs that. He already has the right client fucking kernel level spyware on his PC. I mean, he might as well complete
They
the
see
package.
everything you do. They see every
Dude.
e-girl you're talking to in Discord.
Just because I fucking open up like the Lulu skin thing every time I open the client and scroll through all of them until I find the one I like doesn't make me weird, okay? I'm just doing that because I want to see what skin I want to play in the game. Like, not in a weird way.
Dude,
That's valid.
it's Dragon Trainer, by the way. That one's kind of cute. Not gonna lie.
Oh, dude. Dragon Trainer, Lulu, and Dragon Trainer Tristana together? Dude, that's fucking shit.
Dude, it's like that could be us, maybe. I don't know.
Like in the bot lane, like laning in the video
Like,
game.
yeah. and-
Yo,
Right. Well, that's what you
two-man?
mean. That's what you meant by like together, right?
Yeah,
Is that-
right. Just fucking two-man in there.
Just in the
Oh,
same
dude.
lane.
I don't play
Anyways.
League anymore. Yeah.
Stay away.
Just-
I like. I still play a little bit of League here and there. That is still my. I still pop in for an ARAM or two. That's my little getaway
Is that
from
how you
life.
date?
Is that how I date?
Yeah, like date women.
tangentially, because there's that what's that website, epal.gg, so I just use
Yeah.
that to
Oh,
find.
yeah.
I never heard of that. They're like ePal, interesting.
Yeah, I never heard of it, but that
Yeah.
somehow plays into it. I don't know if like paying for a woman's time is considered dating, but in my book it is, so we're good.
I mean, you're
Yeah.
going on a date, right? I
Yeah.
mean,
Dude,
To the howling
You
of
did.
can
Beast.
you help me get on a date with a Bengali woman, bro? I listen to Carnatic music, bro. I read history. Like I'm in there. Listen, I need your advice. What's the best way to pick up a Bengali lady?
I'll even put this, like, I'll generalize this even further to women of South Asian, East Asian descent. Just be a very unassuming mid-white dude, and you will be flying. You will be swimming.
Home run,
bro is
baby.
in. Bro is in.
It's you
We
just
gotta-
walk around.
Can I be poor? Am I allowed to be poor?
Ooh, that's a little that's tough. They prefer like middle class and up. So
Okay, what how much dollar per hour do I need to make? And then I'll work on that.
you gotta at least at least gotta be like 30, 40 type shit. That's
30? I'm close. I can get
30?
there.
okay. Fuck yeah, dude. You
Okay.
got
you gotta
this.
We'll do that.
you gotta stack some bands real quick before you go
Yeah,
talk
yeah.
to Bengali women, bro. What are you doing?
Dude, some of them are bad though. I'll give them that. So if I
Women are
see one out in the
beautiful.
wild, dude,
Yeah.
all women are
I
beautiful
love women.
except for the fat
True.
ones. Sorry.
Whoa. What?
Oh my
Guys,
god.
We love fat women. We love BBW. I'm partial to BBW women. I can't lie. I'm a fan.
Wow.
Oh my
I don't have a
God.
choice. I love any. I really
That-
don't got a choice.
BBW Latinas. I love Latinas, I'm just
That's
saying.
That's kind of a crazy comment coming from an Indian dude, just saying. I'm sorry. Anyway.
Oh, we're fucking in shambles, bro. It's over. It's doomed.
Well, it looks like I found the promo
channel
clip
is
for the
never
podcast.
getting monetized, bro.
Yeah. It's okay. We don't need to be monetized. We're having fun.
And any
Yeah.
other
Okay.
podcasts out there be like, yeah, we gotta cut that. We're like, nah, clip that. That's the
clip
promo
that,
clip.
upload it, put it on socials. Let's get canceled, guys. Fuck it.
Make sure there's captions so people can hear and see what the fuck we're saying.
Yeah.
By the way, that was not a joke. Like I am very infatuated with like Tamil culture specifically, but like I love Indian culture. It's amazing. But speaking on that, I was gonna ask you. I notice, and I know that it's like a curated algorithm, but on Twitter, bro, I see so much racism towards Indians. Ever since Elon bought Twitter, I swear it's kind of weird. I don't know if you noticed that being like a content creator online or anything, but in the West.
Not towards me very much. There's the occasional random chatter who'd pop into my stream and say that shit, but it's just like, what? This is just weird more so than like me getting offended. But I'd say like in general, there's always been like, certain stereotypes that are perpetuated with, Indian people at least. There's that one hilarious video of like the scammers like, do not redeem it! Do not redeem it!
Dude.
Yeah, what are you doing?
we may
We're familiar.
have talked about that specific clip on the podcast and previous podcasts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It-
we're
it's-
familiar.
I think it's funny. It's funny, but obviously, like, it's just the classic. People are just gonna I just see it as anonymous people online who are gonna, if they're gonna be racist, they're just being edgy for the sake of being edgy. Just like, as a person who was in probably a bit edgy when he was younger, he was just saying dumb shit online. 95% of these people don't really mean it to be racist. They're just saying it to just fucking say it because they think it's funny and cool. Like,
Yeah.
there's very few genuine racists, who are posting that kind of shit. So when I see it, I just like giggle a little bit. But I think there are also a huge group of people who do consider it like, technically, yes, it is. I do consider it racism, but I don't think there's like active. I don't know. I feel like there's much, much worse things that could be said about groups of people. So I personally don't get too offended by it, but I do understand there are other people who can get uncomfortable hearing.
So are
that
you
kind of
saying a
stuff.
little bit of racism is like makes it okay if it's funny,
as a-
but it
little bit of racism as a treat is okay. Is what
Dude,
you're saying.
I dial that shit up. Throw that shit in like salt, bro. That's like the main course. This was fucking.
Dude.
okay.
It all matters about context and the people you're with, right? Because like I've growing up, you've tossed around like I think people at some point are almost like afraid to be like, oh, this person looks different, comes from a different background, so I can't really say anything about that. Which is like, you can respect someone's background and that the fact that they literally physically look different, but you can also, we were all kids once. We would make fun of each other for the dumbest shit, like whether it be like racism related shit, but also like, damn, bro, you got big ass ears, Dumbo type shit, you dumb bitch.
Wow,
Like,
Alex must have had a horrible time in school, man. That's
What?
damn, dude. It's like,
Dude,
people would
after
say
the
that.
after the nuts kicking, I was fine.
People like comment
Thank
about
God.
weight and stuff too. It's like if you're super skinny or if you're like on the larger side, people would always
You can
always
say
point
fat.
out something about you. I can say fat.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you could say I'll allow it. Yeah, as
Yeah,
a
we'll
larger
give you the
gentleman
pass.
myself.
Bro
Sorry,
gave
you
me
know.
the pass. Hell yeah, dude. But it's
You
like,
got the fat pass now. You got it.
yo, dude, shout
The
out.
F-word pass.
Oh, dude, can I say
well,
it?
different
Well,
F-word. Actually, I can give you
that's
that
an
pass too. but-
all-encompassing word, like that could be assimilated into the F starting
Yeah.
letter. Let's slow our roll there. Maybe we don't give him the F pass necessarily.
Oh man, I don't take anything online particularly seriously. Like I probably can count the number of times on my hand where I think somebody was like genuinely trying to be racist to me, and most times I'm just like, what? Like, what are you doing? Like I genuinely have to think about it. It's like, oh, he's actually trying to put me down for this. Like this, just like the thought process is like, oh, this guy's trying to be funny, and then I'm like, he's not trying to be funny. It's not funny at all. So he's trying to be racist. Oh,
Yeah.
This guy's joke sucks.
yeah,
I hate
right.
him.
That's the first thing. It's like, damn, dude, like your jokes suck. I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
are not funny. I do not want to continue this conversation.
Dude, if you're gonna come into my stream and be racist, at least have it be funny. That's the least you could do for me.
For sure. Like
100%.
I will I will tolerate potential, racism towards me in my stream if it's funny. If they are targeting or attacking a certain person in my stream and are actively not being nice about it or actively trying to hurt them, hurt their feelings or
Yeah.
emotionally damage them, then it's like no at all, right? The bar is much
Yeah.
higher. So
Yeah.
I can fly with the more off-color jokes, but I understand, and I feel like most people here understand that they are jokes at the end of the day. Like it's okay to joke and say things, and just sometimes things cross the line. Like they're like with your friends, you might even go off and say some dumb shit that is a little too far. If you're friends, you're just like, hey man, my bad. Like I didn't mean it like that. I just took it a little too much that way. Just like apologize, and it's like, okay, cool, on to the next thing. You fat
Yeah.
fuck.
Okay, whoa, okay, relax, okay, let's be kind here, okay. Anyways,
Like-
Dude,
when
I'm
it comes
big boned. What the fuck?
when it comes to making jokes like that, I have a tendency to kind of not let them roll out. Like I'll probably say some offensive stuff. Like recently I went on the Base After Dark podcast, and Hamzy has this like wrist brace on because he has carpal tunnel. So he pulled it up, and I was like, is that because you like listening to Nickelback? And then I just immediately go, sorry. Do you think like it's annoying to like apologize after you make a joke like at first, or does it kind of ruin the joke? Because I feel like I'm a victim of doing that because I don't want to offend people, but then I feel like it kind of takes away from it. I don't know.
It depends on the audience, right? It depends on who you're talking to. So like I know Hamzy very well. I will throw those things at him directly and just laugh at him after saying some shit like that.
He looked genuinely offended when I said it though, so I just felt really bad. So I felt like I needed to slip in the I'm so sorry, because I know he's like what?
So
You know?
I do agree that it is better to just say sorry, because I would rather the joke fall flat than potentially hurt my friends' feelings. Because like a
Right.
joke, you'll have a bajillion of those, right? Like there's no reason to be like a super dick to your friends. Yeah, there's like casual ribbing, but like as I said, there's a line, and if you think that you've crossed the line, then I would just, as you do, just say sorry, like, hey, my bad, like I didn't mean to go there or something like that. So I think that's totally fine. Like, yes, the joke will fall flat, but like you how much comedy do you need in your life? Like, I can miss out on a laugh to keep my friendship going with somebody.
Yeah, valid.
I don't know. I
100%.
there's also plenty of scenarios where like I'll say something that might be a little too far or like a little just too insane, like
Mhm.
even on stream, and I'll let it sit for a second, and I'll just be like, guys, I'm sorry, and like me saying sorry will make it funnier. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you kind of get the best of both
Yeah.
worlds in that situation too.
Right.
It's kind of like
I
a
will
round
say in
two.
general, like those types of jokes, like yes, like with your friends, it's funny. But like I've known people who like that's their entire joke catalog is to try to be racist or, you know, try to be mean to the other person. Then like at that point, it's like that's not funny. It's like that is low hanging fruit. As I said, you throw in a good joke here and there, a good one that makes fun of someone's appearance or, you know, their race or whatever. If it ties together, it's funny, great. If it's just like you're just fucking bombarding somebody with them for no reason, it's like, dude, like you're not that kind of humor is ass. Like that edginess humor,
Yeah.
we're all past that. We're not 15 anymore, you know? It's
Mm-hmm.
you got to have a little nuance to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I definitely find that like the edgier humor where it's just effectively just roasting people is so like lame most of the time. If that is like your main like slice of humor, it's so
Mhm.
fucking lame. But like, yeah, I absolutely agree. Like if it's just like an occasional doop here and there kind of thing, it's like if you're just roasting people and that's the only thing you're doing, you're not funny. You are not a funny person. You're just mean. You know
Yeah.
how to be mean to people, and that's literally it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who's your favorite chatter that you can remember?
My favorite chatter. It is not coconut bean dip. Fuck that guy in particular.
Fuck that loser,
I
whoever
should have
he
went
is.
harder in your stream. I should have went harder, bro.
I honestly though, Bean Dip, you've inspired me to like now that I'm just a pure chatter. I still show up in people's streams. I just drop entry frags and leave. Like that is my job these days. I don't go in and say, "Hey man, how's it going? Good to
And you
see
do
you."
it well.
No. I fucking come in, I drop that little grenade, pick that shit up, scavenge another one, head to the next stream. Oh my god. It's peak. I realize like that's what gives me happiness. And it also, I think for the streamer, if it's a friend, they like read it and they're just like, what the fuck, man? Or they're like, you know, they play off it. It's a good, just keeps things going. And I'm like, I give a little mental thumbs up to them and just
I
hop
agree.
on and do my next day.
It helps. Like, I always took the position that like giving people content was always good. Like, I can't do the GM, how are you, XD or whatever. Like, I think that doesn't
Boo.
give a streamer a
I do that in
lot.
Poke's
Like
channel,
when you
though.
give people moments, yeah. I mean, there's no way.
Simp.
Do you actually watch Pokimane?
She's honestly, I've never watched Pokimane. I'm just gonna tell you guys, I've never watched a Pokimane stream.
I knew it because you can't, because her chat is too big. Once the chat gets too big, the marginal value of watching stream, in my opinion, goes a bit lower.
Yeah, I think as RuneScape people,
Yeah.
like for me, the reason I ever watch Twitch stream is to sort of chat with the streamer, connect with them, and see what they're doing. So I've literally only ever watched RuneScape streams, and I never really enjoyed watching the bigger streamers because, you know, as chat was moving really fast and like topics were fucking weird. It was always, I remember going to fucking Foe's channel like 10 years ago and
Dude, I was just gonna say Foe.
no hate to Foe. Like I'm saying, his chatters, like
His
every fifth
they're
person is
horrible.
like, hey, I just got 55 smithing. Do you think I should do mithril plate bodies or should I boost for 58 and do this? You think I should do blast furnace? It's like, me as a streamer who's received a question like that every so often, I'm like, shut up, like get the fuck away. Like I'm not gonna answer this question
Yeah.
for you. Like go, there's a wiki for that shit. But like Foe gets bombarded with that every 5 messages. Like I would off myself on stream. I'd be like, no, I'm not fucking listening to you dumbasses asking the same stupid shit.
Yeah.
Ask me one more time. Ask me one more fucking time. Oh,
Dude, that was
my
like
God.
that was like the goldfish clip almost right there. He almost had a flashback.
Goated clip. Love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's like 30-year-old men who play RuneScape that like are like, you know, they drink, you know, Keystone Light on the weekends, you know, those kind of type of guys, and then it's like 18-year-old, like the random like Zoomer that's in RuneScape, but like
Mhm.
I don't know. What do you think about iPad kids, Ignoble? Do you think you'd give your kid an iPad if you had one now? after seeing what social media does to people?
I haven't thought that far ahead. The only thing I know is I'm gonna beat the fuck out of my kid, but like in a
Okay, would you rather your
Well,
beaten kid by your hand be an iPad kid or a RuneScape kid growing up? It's either or.
That's
They either need to be like you growing up where you played RuneScape, I imagine you did that, or they're
did.
like addicted to like Angry Birds and like cringe like Coco Melon shit like at a very young age, so their mind will be warped. So you gotta think about that.
This is so hard, dude. God damn it. Oh man. I would.
Yeah, because if you raise a RuneScape kid, bro, they're gonna be fucking crafty and they're gonna do bad shit. You know they will.
I mean, I actually think the kids nowadays are craftier because granted they're spending all that time honing on like specific things, but like they have access to everything earlier than we did. Like it was way harder to find stuff on the internet when we were kids, I feel like. I don't know. Maybe curiosity is just dead and people just zone in on iPads and look at what is it, the moving fruit that goes like this, where it's like it's dancing. You know that fucking
that's Coco
that,
Melon.
It's
Oh,
not.
no,
that
yeah,
fucking
okay.
whale,
that's the
whale
dancing
put on at
fruit.
the fucking Tennessee and Vegas. He'd put it on the TV like he's a 5-year-old child just like
That
watching
rules.
dancing fruit. Yeah.
That's so awesome.
Whale, what are you doing,
Yeah,
buddy?
it's-
What's going on?
If I could give my kid the same RuneScape experience that I had, then I'd do it, because it was still like novel to go online after school, and your parents are fucking yelling at you to get off the internet, and because they're dialing on the phone and your internet drops because they're trying to call somebody type shit. Like that, if they had that experience where it
Yeah,
was not
you
like,
unk.
yeah, dude, I'm old. I'm old.
Speaking of dial-up, since you chose RuneScape Child, have you ever had an instance where because you had to like dial up, did you ever have like a pen pal or like a friend online that you've ever called or had an instance like that? Because I personally did, so I was curious if maybe you had like a Discord call with a friend like before TeamSpeak or anything like that ever happened.
Not back then.
No?
No. All my communication was via RuneScape. So
Okay.
I never
You weren't
took
like
it
you
outside
weren't
of
like
it.
an AIM, like an instant messenger kid at all.
I did use
MySpace.
AIM. I did use AIM. I did use MySpace, but like
Okay.
I don't know. I didn't add other like people outside of like RuneScape to that.
Damn,
thing
you
and
kept
stuff
it
like that.
separated even when you were a kid, bro.
Yeah,
You're like, all right,
I
this is my
guess.
professional life. This is my RuneScape life. You were an adult at fucking 10 years old.
We're
That's kind of
standing on
good.
Goddamn.
business at 10. That's
I don't even know why. Like it didn't even cross my brain to do that. To be like, oh yeah, let's keep
Yeah.
in touch. Let's chat over here. But it makes a lot of sense. Like nowadays, this game is built. Like you are tied not just to somebody in RuneScape. You can see them on Twitch. You can see them on Discord. You can see them on all these other social platforms that like you're always like connected, right? Back then it was just like, ooh, like I can't wait to get online to RuneScape to chat with my friends and hang out with them. That was like the medium for social communication.
Yeah. I had, when I used to have Facebook, I used to add some of my RuneScape friends I was really close with on Facebook even. Like I
Mhm.
used to have friends in fucking like Sweden and shit that I would add on Facebook.
Ooh, okay, exotic.
There is actually still to this day someone on my friends list that occasionally will like message in game that I've been friends with since 2008 probably.
That's so
through
cool.
RuneScape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
We've been friends since
year.
before Dungeoneering was released in RuneScape 2.
Ooh,
God
before
damn.
I
everything
feel like
went wrong.
parents divorcing is what really got me into RuneScape, I think.
Yeah, my dad
True,
I
died.
really dropped
actually,
that
true.
message.
That happened to me too. Guys, raise your hand if your parents are divorced.
It's like
Is Alex's
Okay.
parents divorced?
I mean,
my parents were divided.
we'll count
close
it.
enough.
We'll,
Close enough.
we'll
close
count
enough.
it.
By God.
By God.
Wow.
By
Ooh.
God. Yeah, there was divine intervention in that sense, I guess. Sorry. But yeah.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shout out God.
Yo, shout out Dad.
Shout out God.
You're a real one, bro. I don't know, man.
Damn, you kind of give me Wesley Snipe vibes, Ignoble.
Would you ever star in Blade? Would you star in Blade personally?
Yeah.
Yeah.
star
I
in
could see you
Blade?
being a vamp, you know.
I haven't seen Blade, so unfortunately.
Are you serious?
That's a
It's
con-
actually a really good movie.
That's a cardinal sin of the live stream. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know why I said that.
Fuck me.
No, wait.
Sorry,
Okay,
trying to be
okay.
quirky.
Quick
Trying to be
movie.
different.
Quick movie question.
Mhm.
What? Okay, you take somebody back to your place. Let's imagine you're dating or going on a date. You gotta watch a movie. What are you picking? What is your first suggestion?
Netflix and chill. What's the vibes?
Oh god, I'm throwing on
Hella
a-
sex.
whatever is in the
Did you
top
say
10. That is like
Project
a
X?
I said hella sex.
Sorry. What were you saying, Ignoble? I got distracted.
I just
This
go on the
guy.
hub
What is
and cast that
Project
to my
X?
fucking TV.
Right.
I actually can't do that because I don't know if you guys know, in North Carolina, a lot of porn websites are banned. Like, or you have to like ID verify type shit. It is
Wait, actually?
very weird.
Yes,
Yes.
dude. Okay, I'm in North Dakota, so it's not banned here, but I think it's banned in Montana or some shit. And like, I actively have to fucking connect to my home Wi-Fi for it. Cause like, if I'm just on my phone,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the towers.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
They
5G.
what they have
5G is
here.
blocking my porn.
Actually, though.
It's
Are you
crazy
seri-
down here because like I can't go on the hub or anything. Like to log in, you have to go to the hub and they say you have to ID verify, which means first name, last name. You have to upload a picture of your like license and stuff like that to like verify that you're of age to consume this type of material. And it's crazy because there are a lot of websites that are now like that. Like a majority of the big porn sites all require you to have, ID verification basically.
You've exhausted that, haven't you? Damn.
It's Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Montana, North Carolina, Utah, and Virginia.
Shit's
I
lame,
wonder what the
dude.
common thing between all those states is.
God bless, I don't live in any of those states.
It-
But now
so
I
challenging.
understand. Now I understand why there's so many, like, you know how in like a lot of female, like big female streamers chats, like Amaranth's chat, like there's always just like the turbo coomers that don't speak English. I think that was the case. Was that porn was actually banned in those countries, so they would gravitate to sites like Twitch, where a woman is presenting herself in a very
Where Asian Bunny X is streaming.
Yeah, precarious way, you see Asian Bunny X live, and she is very kawaii'd out with her busty
She
chest
can't
out,
hide
and
those.
show
She can't hide
Bob,
them,
show
bro.
Bob, like there's all those
You
guys
have
getting
Mort Pie
banned in
streaming
1
with
second.
green screen booty shorts on the fucking butt shaker machine, and she's green screen her Fortnite gameplay on her own asshole.
That
was a wild one. I
Damn.
remember that.
I give props for inventiveness there. Yeah.
Yeah,
I have a question,
Genuinely
Ignoble. Were
genius.
you?
Yeah.
I know you're very engulfed into women streamers and the culture of that, because that became a sensitive topic on your channel. Like you would pull up a woman streamer on when you're doing Inferno attempts, as it was like a great way to like gain engagement and like. You have something to talk about. You're milking with an SGS for 20 minutes. Like you gotta pull up a woman streamer to talk about stuff. Have you seen the chair meta when it was around before it got dissolved by like, there was this weird like Twitch TOS meta where basically you could have a camera directly facing up and you had a translucent chair. So the woman streamer you'd basically just be like, anyways,
oh my
crazy
God.
era of just use your imagination in terms of the angles and things that would be happening. Guys, this is a era that happened on Twitch. If you don't exist in the RuneScape category only, if you don't have your blinders on, like this is the fucked up shit that was going on, because they were just trying to basically skirt around every unimaginable
do we have any
way.
clips that we can edit
No,
in that
no,
we
we're
can
not.
all
No.
see? Or
Listen, we say
Not
that we're
that
not
I-
going to get monetized thing, but that actually is just not a great idea to bring that up. But you can use your
Can
imagination.
we just watch
But,
one together? Like just a couple dudes just watching it together as
Yeah.
friends type shit.
That's
We
normal.
could do that. I'd be down.
Yeah.
Ignoble, I need you to check. I'm gonna drop a picture in chatting.
Oh boy, let's see what we got.
Yeah, that's what I was talking
Oh,
about. And
yeah.
she's
More
on this
Kyle.
machine.
Yeah.
She's on this machine that like she stands on, and it like shakes her legs, which in turn fucking shakes her ass. So like her ass is just jiggling with Fortnite gameplay on it.
Yeah, so
crazy shit.
Wow.
I guess my question was there a favorite meta you've had in terms of streaming that you've seen of women streamers that's maybe come across that you've seen? Like, for instance, like this image that we'll show for like half a second will be Morg Pie has a green screen of shorts on that Alex brought up where she's playing Fortnite with the gameplay on her ass, basically. But, you know, you're a cultured man. You've seen many live streams of female streamers. Is there anything that strikes... I don't know.
So, like, for me, it had to be anything that lined up with my time streaming, like when I put in the most time streaming in COVID, early COVID, mid COVID, and as you mentioned, it was a great way to drive engagement. It was so fucking fun. My Inferno streams are probably like the most fun I've ever had as a streamer. To put this into perspective into how long some of my Zuck runs were back in the day, I had brews and restores despawn in Inferno because I learned they last for 3 hours, by the way. That's how long, stuff lasts on the ground.
Jesus.
There. Just because after every wave, we would pull up a fucking e-girl stream and just like wait for our like HP to regen or just chill there and chat. It was peak. It was peak Twitch content. And of course it lined up with that time. And that's when the hot tub meta became a thing. That's that's classic. That's old. People think like hot tub, that's way back when, but like these streamers were able to wear, swimwear, revealing swimwear, and put a little tiny inflatable pool behind them. Put like a gallon of water in there and be like, ooh, I can, it's technically a pool. I'm in a hot tub. I can wear as little clothing as I want. And it was just fascinating because I would open up a stream and then suddenly there's somebody deciding that because they got 5 subs they're going to be doing jumping jacks in the pool, and I'm like, okay, we can watch that together with me and my chat. And it was a good time. It was fun. Like I really don't think that my streams could have been as fun as they were at the time if that wasn't the meta. Like it was just so easy to fall back on, just like, okay, well, let's see what's going on in the just chatting section. Like, boop. Like, anytime,
I mean, it's like you're sitting there fucking
down. Yeah,
literally, you're just sitting there AFK, fucking waiting for spec to regen or whatever. It's like, what the fuck else are you gonna do?
Yeah.
I will say, I think the craziest time for Twitch just chatting was absolutely the censor bar meta. You guys remember that?
Oh yeah,
I partaked in that. That was fun. Yeah.
Yeah, where they would literally just sit here like this, and they would be completely naked, and there was just a censor bar going across their tits like that, and that was it.
Christ.
It was insane. That shit was crazy.
I flipped back.
And there was that
ahead.
like, oh sorry, I was just gonna say there was that 2-month period where like you could draw hentai on Twitch.
Oh my
and then
god!
They rolled that back quick.
That was like a week.
Quick.
That was like a week because it got so bad so fast. It was
immediate
so bad.
dragon cock day one, just like
yeah.
Oh
yeah, that
man.
shit was fucking insane.
Good times.
But what
Twitch
were you gonna
rules.
say? Sorry.
Oh, what was I gonna say? Like I said I was gonna flip. I mentally sort of flip back and forth between like Twitch is primarily a gaming site, or that's what it started off as, right? That's how I came into Twitch, to be like to play RuneScape and to meet other people playing RuneScape and watch them do that. So to see people try to like abuse that line and try to like sexualize things and try to drive engagement, which like we jokingly do it. Speaking for myself, I did it jokingly, maybe.
Same.
Sometimes, most of the time. But it's like there are genuine coomers out there who are like, oh my god, I can't wait to go to Twitch tonight and beat my shit to this stream. It's like, which is very weird. Just the concept of that's very weird. And the thing is, like, there are streamers who realize that they can monetize that, right? They can get subs from these people if they are in more provocative positions, doing jumping jacks in bikinis, and it's like, that's to me, I'm like, that's not what Twitch is about. But then on the flip side, other people are like, wow, like you're not letting these people express themselves and do what they want. Twitch isn't just about gaming. You're a man and you hate women. It's like, yes, that is true, but that's not why I don't want them here. Like, this is not what I'm looking for.
So true.
I think there's a fine line to be ridden there, that like it's like these girls are trying to like ride that line between it being like allowed and acceptable on the platform and literally just being like borderline porn. You know what I mean? And it's like there's got to be some tact with it. You know, I appreciate Morgpie's ingenuity with the ass cheek Fortnite.
That was an interesting meta. I think it's funny, more than like it being, because you don't even necessarily even get to see like the goods that is like what like the idea is, like, you know what I mean? Like it's green screened out. The whole point is like you don't see it, like you're seeing the gameplay, but it's just the part of her body that like people who are the Coomers are like highlighting. So it's just like it's like a nuanced, funny joke, and it's like getting people intrigued. They're like, "Oh, I'm gonna watch Fortnite on her butt because I can." It's like, all right, then enjoy yourself, buddy. Because you know, like, you got a
when
week
you
of
have
that.
When you have half naked women and just chatting, or in the ASMR section, fucking giving people jerk off instructions. It's like, okay, man, it's like this is a little too far over that line, like, for me.
It's just
personally.
like just sexual at that point, you know. It's just like it's not. They're not even trying. Like the Morgpie thing, as we said, that's funny. Like we can have a giggle at that, but like there's some people who are genuinely just sexualizing it. There are a lot of models who came to use Twitch as a platform to boost things like OnlyFans and stuff like that, promote external websites, which is like that's where I'm like, Twitch shouldn't be about anything sexualizing. Like, it should be focused, even if it's not gameplay, but like personality streamers just chatting, like keep it, I don't know, safe for work, you know. And it's just like
keep
these
it
people
PG,
who are
guys.
and like people can be like, wow, you're such a boomer for saying that, you're such a prude. It's like I just want a space to watch RuneScape shit, or like, you know, watch just chatting, like just people just chatting. Then people are like, oh, you don't have to go to those streams if you don't want to. But it's like, I know I don't, but it's like, I don't want my space to be, I don't want to share the same space as legitimate Coomers. That is fucking weird.
Yeah.
I think
I don't want to see a chat and like instantly know that everyone in that chat is jerking off before I even click on the stream.
Ooh, yeah.
There's
Like, definitely some weird vibes with that, yeah.
I won't say whose stream. I won't say it.
Yeah.
What?
It's like if you go into a stream that has 4,000 people in it and you see 3 people typing, there's a fucking problem. Okay? There's a big problem. And either that problem is view botting or jerking off. Just a whole lot of dudes jerking off.
That's it. Nothing
I think
else.
A lot of people
nothing else.
I think a lot of people have just never been in relationships before, because when you're outside of a relationship, like the sexual part of it's like really like a big something you like are a little like it's bigger to you, but the second you get in the relationship, it's not as important of a factor. You know what I'm saying? Like if you've ever been with somebody before, you probably aren't a Coomer. I don't believe that. I think you got it like that. Look at that haircut, man. I mean, come on.
Okay.
Look at him. He's smiling.
We have to make it clear. Like, does paying for touching count, or is it like a?
Oh, 100%.
Okay,
Look at
then we're good.
Tpapa.
Cool.
Yeah. He's been paying Annie for years.
Ooh, drama.
Also true. Very true.
That's why he had to milk his Inferno.
We're gonna have podcast beef, bro. We're gonna have fucking now in the next base cast, fucking Tpapa's gonna be talking shit about Beandip. And just gonna go back and forth.
It's impossible.
I would put Tpapa in the dirt.
Like Beandip says that, but like I could see some
do it
like
for the
fake,
banter though.
I could see some fake beef going on, but like deep down, like they're secretly in like a like love triangle with each other. You know what I mean? Like they have to, like there's no way they will never not like each other, because I think they have too much respect for each other.
You guys are like Logan Paul and KSI, bro.
Yeah,
it's like your
two
mortal enemies
coming together.
Who's KSI? Who's KSI?
He's
Alex?
the other Prime guy.
No, out of me and Tpapa.
Oh,
who's KSI?
Definitely Tpapa.
Is it? Wow.
You would
just
be
because
Logan
his
Paul?
name is Tyreek.
No, you would be Logan Paul because you would have been canceled because you say crazy shit on Twitter. So like that's the equivalent of your suicide forest. You know what I mean?
I've made continuous lapses in my judgment. Okay,
Yeah, you have.
I am sorry, but I will not be learning from my lessons. I will not be learning. I'm sorry. It will happen again.
as long as you don't grow your hair out, dye it blonde, and get like a perm, then you're fine. Because like that would just not suit you. You know what I mean? I think you have a very distinct look.
These glasses actually help me see color because I'm colorblind. So.
Okay, all right, Logan, I see you. See, you know what you're doing. This guy's dangerous. Okay, stay away from him. Yeah.
I'll be far away.
I know we talked a lot about RuneScape.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I wanted to go back to, like, kind of touching a bit of your work. You don't have to say too much, but
Mm-hmm.
I was curious if there's anything super interesting in your field that you never really got to study, or if there's like something super cool that's like new tech coming out, or what do you think will be the next biggest thing? You know, I was curious if you could speak on any of that without being too specific.
Oh,
It's the wildest 180 to like some Zuckerberg type shit. Like, hey, what do you think is gonna dominate the technological fields in the next 5 years? But with that being said, work that I did was I worked in like bioengineering type stuff, so a lot of utilizing computing resources for studying human biology. And my guess is I don't know what's going to happen. I think with the rise of, you know, these things like AI, you can utilize those for positive forces, not like the things we've seen on the internet. There's a lot of good use of that can be used for these types of human, say simulations and things like that, because there's so much more compute power. Like what AI and all these machines are capable of now was not possible maybe like 5-10 years ago. So all these crazy simulations you can do of the body and other biological things, you will be able to, for example, like test a drug in a synthetic simulated human and get type of results from that, rather than have to wait fucking 5 years to do a potential trial through 100 people who may or may not be following protocol and all that fun kind of stuff. So there's a lot of growth in the bio space, but on the flip side, there's also a lot of ethical issues that arise with that, right? For example, can you make a synthetic human based on a person and then just like, you know, upload their consciousness or make like a likeness of their body based on their DNA type shit? It's like a lot of ethics. There's a huge conversation going on in Washington, where they're looking for people who are able to work to create policies, scientific policies or ethical policies in this field, specifically like genetic testing and all that fun jazz. So it is a very interesting space because it's super young and it's moving so fast that like you just don't know what's going to happen. A company today, a bio company that might come out that can be like, our AI can do this and tell you if you're going to get cancer in the next 10 years. But then they take your data and they have an artificial version of you, and literally they take your data and can sell it to insurance companies. Insurance companies know that you're more likely to get cancer. They fuck you, basically. They're like, hey, you're going to die very soon. You have to pay a lot more in premiums. So there's like all this shit going on behind the scenes that like,
damn,
it's a mess. It's a mess.
You're just taking the veil off with that one. You're like our man on the inside.
Damn, we should go back to RuneScape. I'm sobering up now.
Sorry, I asked. Holy shit, my bad.
Yeah, now that you've dispelled the doom and gloom of the world, guys, our childhood favorite game, RuneScape. We love it. Yeah, that's where we all met.
I think it was interesting, that guy that like made that blog post about ChatGPT. I forget what their AI company's called, but he was like, hey, like, I work for this company, but I think a big conversation is copyright issues. Like, we need to get that figured out. Then he fucking died. Like,
Open
is
AI
that
guy.
not a little weird?
Did they say what he died from?
Self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head, to the back of the head, 2 of them. Just kidding.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sounds like Boondock
They
Saints.
Dude, so many people die like that. It's really unfortunate. Like,
Yeah.
It's like obviously very questionable how that guy died, but it's like there is so much money in that area and how fast that technology is growing that like when somebody like that comes out and, you know, whistleblows, they're putting a company's, you know, billions of dollars at stake that they may legitimately just get killed like that because they're out giving out this type of information, literally saying, hey, I think what we're doing is illegal, and I'm going to tell everybody about it, and that's going to tank chat GPT. And like, they're like, no, we're not going to let you do that, because they think that those billions of dollars are worth way more than this guy's life. So
Yeah.
Very.
I mean, stay safe, brother.
yeah.
Yeah. Do not
If I
whistle
suddenly
blow.
don't log
Shut
in.
your mouth. we need you out on the streets, you know?
Like there is a point where something is like so big that you literally can't take it down. Like people meme about, like that Boeing shit and stuff like that. All like Boeing whistleblowers who were killed. Like Boeing's just like shrug, yeah, whatever. It's literally almost like they're killing these people in broad daylight. Everybody sort of knows about it, and they're just like, yeah, what are you gonna do about it?
See, the CEOs get to kill people, but when you kill the CEOs, nah, can't do that.
That don't fly. It's crazy. Like there's these people put dollar values on human lives, and it's terrifying.
That is
but
scary.
I feel like that's
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's a symptom of the medical industry, though, because like, how do you generate resources to start treating people? It all has to go back to a dollar value, and like, well, that's because we're in a capitalistic society and we're in late stage, and I could get into that, but I don't know anything about that, but I think that's very interesting. Thanks for letting me ask. I didn't mean to kind of delve too much into your area, but
no, I mean,
is
I don't
every day.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna ask, is like every project you do different, or?
So I don't work in that, like the policy type things and AI related technology. I may not work directly with. Sometimes I work in the healthcare space, so I do get like touch with pharmaceutical companies, medical device companies, and things like that. So I get to sort of see like what is under the hood behind like this American healthcare system, and it's like it is like very corporate out here. People it is dollar signs, right? Their goal is to make as much money as possible using a certain drug, right? It's not as evil, I would say, as people being like, yes, like we're gonna let these people die so we can make more money. At least, I mean, I'm not the one making those types of decisions. I'm just a guy who does some data analysis and passes it on to the next guy if needed. So like, I'm like low enough on the ladder that I'm removed from things like that. But I realize that if the healthcare system was, not the way it was, not based on money, I probably wouldn't have a job. And this field wouldn't be as lucrative as it is, because these healthcare companies, pharmaceutical companies, are here to like just profit off these people. They're like, how can I use all these tools, these computational tools that we have now to maximize our revenue? And it's
but on the flip side, you're helping more people, so I mean, it is a give and take.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
It's not black and white. Like, they're all evil. There's some, going out to trying to solve a particular drug, solve a particular, disease. Not solve, try to cure, or at least abate the symptoms of them. And they're trying to get to market and help as many people as they can. But like, obviously, money plays a role because research is fucking expensive. Things like there's a lot going on there. It's just not like these guys are all bad, but there are some bad guys out there, like that Shkreli dude who fucking took a particular drug and bounced that up to like
Tank forever, baby.
Yeah,
Dude,
that fucking
here
guy.
I was thinking you were a foot doctor the whole time. You know what I mean? Like, whoops.
Hey,
my
man,
bad.
I still enjoy that shit. Just that's on the side these
Still
days.
like feet though. Still like feet though.
It's like he said it himself. He keeps business and pleasure separate. Like,
True.
Yeah.
It's still a fascinating conversation to have, because like now that I've had the ability to sort of kind of see what's going on behind the scenes, or at least get like a little more like a deeper view of the healthcare system, you can see its flaws, but you can also see like, for example, if I was truly like a capitalist person who's just trying to maximize my personal gain and the amount of money that I can make, it's like there are certain steps you can take to move in directions while not abusing capitalism, but like utilizing capitalism. You're like, okay, like I can, like, because there's a desire for these things, the particular drugs, there's a particular, computational skill set that you can have to help companies identify if their drug can work well, if there's a certain population they should target, things, all that.
Grafting Fortnite onto your ass. I mean, that's just straight capitalism.
That too. That's on there.
Yep.
Dude, it's like, it's slightly off topic, but kind of not really. Is I used to date this girl, and both of her parents were in medicinal sales for like hospitals and clinics and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much money in there.
I feel like
There's
medicinal
so
has the
much money.
connotation that they were
It
selling
does.
like mint
Yeah,
oil.
it yeah.
There's like snake oil, like stuff that doesn't do anything when you say mint oil, or what do you mean?
Hey, I think eucalyptus leaves soaked in mint and then smoked with saffron and sage. I think that really helps the spirit. So I don't know what you mean
That's-
by
that
It
probably
also
smells
cures.
delicious.
It also cures late stage cancer. So that's good. Essential oils.
I heard smoking
shout
meth
out.
does too.
Vitamins.
Yeah. But we're gonna start, guys. We gotta stop the cancer from the beginning.
Yeah, we're all actually in the healthcare
Yo, pass me the
space, so
pipe,
this is-
Johnny. I need that shit.
Let's get it
Stopping
cracking.
the cancer.
Ignoble, can you give me Ozempic?
Can I get you?
Ooh,
Ozempic?
can I get Ozempic too? Yeah. Can you
Can I get a horse tranquilizer?
We can chat after the cast. I feel like legally I can. I'm supposed to say no.
Okay.
I have
We'll
some
figure
Novo
that out.
Nordisk shares, so
Yeah, you
We'll
basically
let it
own the
down.
company. You can call in and ask them. Actually, you can get it legally if you just say like, "Yo, I own 0.003% of your company." Can I like?
I don't even know that much. I
Yeah,
guarantee you.
we're gonna use code IgnobleSolid at checkout for Ozempic, so we'll get 30% off.
That would be sick. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
for
that'd
our
be
final
good.
question, this one's looking forward. Do you have any predictions about 2025?
In what sense? Like personal or
I think
the world?
Elon Musk is going to be assassinated. I hope he doesn't. FBI, I hope he does not, and I will not do that. But I do think somebody's going to make an attempt.
And I think Mr. Beast and his mother are gonna have a traumatizing event where one of our podcast members kills himself in front of them.
Okay. I tweeted, I quote tweeted Mr. Beast and said, "What if I killed myself in front of you and your mother?" And it's supposed to be, there's some comedic nuance to it, and I want you to sift through that. So
Yeah, I think if you let it settle for a little bit, you can really see where that's supposed to shine. But did they see the comedic value in that?
I don't even think they probably even saw it.
Unfortunately.
All I know is Tpapa liked it a lot because he talked about it when I was on the podcast with him. But he was a fan. He was let's just say Tpapa would be in attendance, I think, at the Beast games. So, do with that information what you will.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Predictions for
I actually-
2025.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Sorry.
I'm still mulling over it. If you gonna give me your predictions first.
I had another question that I wanted to ask after. So, yeah, go ahead. Whatever you think about it.
I would definitely. I don't know, dude. I just try to live in my own bubble and try to have my, whatever shit happens in the world just happens, and I just keep moving on. Whatever dumb shit happens, no matter what world leader is doing some dumb shit or people are slapping each other or whatever, fucking around.
With the slap boxing thing with the chalk.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That shit, like, I don't know. I have no predictions. I'm sorry, I was not prepared for this.
I figured
That's
you
Oh,
were
it's
gonna be
okay.
like,
It's off the cuff.
yeah. I figured you're gonna be like, find a ABG, a hot ABG or
dude.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's peak.
Keep looking.
I'm sure if I pay enough, I can definitely find one.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Ooh, dude,
I think it just came out that a Fortnite streamer or something is paying his girlfriend like $10,000 every month to be with him.
Okay.
Allegedly.
I have to work
That's
up
fine.
to that.
Is it
but-
Tommy in it? Like, who the fuck is that?
Nah, it was like a meme going around about clicks, I think.
How
Oh,
bad
okay,
is she?
okay.
She gotta be. She
Yeah.
gotta be hot,
Yes, so.
man. What was your question?
Maybe he just really likes her personality.
He likes her personality so much he's paying her 10 bands a month. Yeah, baby, you can have this. Go buy a Birkin bag this month. Fuck it.
Please just don't leave me. Please just don't leave me.
Mr. Ubaru.
Yeah, I had a question. I talked with Prison Joe before, and I think there was a point where you thought you might be interested in doing like content creation again, and he kind of pitched me a plan that you thought about doing before, but I didn't know if you were like thinking about ever coming back and maybe doing something different, or maybe even doing something outside of the RuneScape space. If you did do content creation, have you ever thought about doing something Maybe you don't. I don't know if you want to like leak the plans if you're ever gonna do it, or if you want to make it a surprise. But I didn't know if you had
Dude,
any
no, go
intentions
ahead.
for that.
Remind me, because I don't even remember what I said at this point.
Oh, okay. So it was basically, I think like this is when Seth or Prison Jiff started doing. It might have been a while after, or maybe it was like the first 10 or 20 episodes of Tob Tuesday when he transitioned from doing it on Twitch into YouTube. And I think you were like maybe asking advice or like kind of theorizing, like making a show, like basically like a talk show kind of aspect, which like is like a mini podcast, but like it could be formatted in some ways. And I was like, that would actually be like really cool, because I don't think like when it comes to collaboration on YouTube with creators, there isn't really much in the RuneScape space. It's mainly just podcasts, or it's like, you know, like a one-off video, or like people have like friend groups already established, like Jimmy, Settled, like all the top guys like are just like in a Discord call when they make videos. So like, yeah, I was curious if you like had any plans on that, if you were like still thinking about it, or if it was just kind of like an idea that you were just kind of flying out to see.
Yeah, I mean, so when I brought that up to Seth, so I was inspired by when his Tob Tuesday type thing, because I really liked, because when he started on Twitch, he brought on people on live streams with Tob Tuesday, and they would stream for 2-3 hours together, which is super fun. And I did that with him once, but it was like, it didn't turn out great because it was hard to have a talk with him and read our individual chats. I was just not used to it at that point. Like I didn't know how to balance talking to Seth, who's also talking to his chat, and me reading my chat, talking to my chat. It's like there's too much going on for my tiny brain at that point, right? And when I saw it go to YouTube, I was like, dude, this is fucking sick. Like this is so much better, because then you get to focus on just the dynamic between the two creators there, right? And it reminded me, I don't know how many of you guys have watched Between Two Ferns way back in the day. Super popular thing with Zach Galifianakis, and he would have a celebrity on, and he would just say whack shit to them with a straight face, and they would just be a dick to him. Same thing way back. And my goal was, I would have loved to do something like that and call it Between Two U's, and have it in Edgeville where those two little U's are. Have two people sitting down at that little bench area, whatever, that little table there. I don't think you can't even sit in RuneScape, but I don't know. I was like thinking around that area, and for like 5 to 10 minutes, we're just chopping U's in Edgeville together, and I just bring up dumb shit and we talk about it, like straight face, just like I can't even think of a topic off my head. I remember. I do remember now. I did write out a few people who I wanted on at the time. And so this is where, like, you know, I talk about my hyperfixation about these things. I was super into like I'm going to do this. I want to put something like this together. And Zoe was still on the Based After Dark cast at the time before she retired. RIP. I was like, dude, I'm going to ask her.
Retired in peace.
Retired in piss, dude. Or peace. I was like, dude, I'm going to ask her a dumbass questions like, so why'd you choose pancakes? And then, like, before she starts talking, I'm gonna immediately interrupt her and say, like, so you hate waffles, huh? You racist? Why do you hate waffles? Just, like, you know, just stupid shit like that. Which is like, now saying it out loud sounds kind of dumb, but hey, you know, 20 seconds of chatter. And I had like scripts sort of written out for some of my friends on like the Based team, who I was like, all right, these would be my first potential guests, like Seth, Tpapa, you know, just all the people, Tasty, Hamzy. I was like, I'll just go down a list of people who I know in Based who would be willing to chat with me. And I sort of scripted that out for myself, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna see if I can do this. Like, I know Seth has done Tob Tuesday, and he has previously mentioned Between Two Ferns as one of his inspirations. So I was like, I want to run it by you, because, you know, I think he's a pretty good content creator. He's got good ideas. You know, he's a great person to bounce ideas off of. So like I brought it up to him, and I was like, hey, like, what do you think about this? Do you think this is like, am I running in your lane too much? Is this too much overlap? Do you think this is kind of stupid? Or give me your honest feedback. And we chatted about it a little bit, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, I got good feedback. And he's like, yeah, man, go ahead, just do it. Like, we'll see what happens. And the reason it didn't come together is because, one, I'm not an editor, and I just didn't have the time to edit together something like that. So I reached out to our Based podcast editor and Seth's editor as well, Saint Tits, and I was like, hey man, would you be able to put together something like this for me? I'm looking for something super short, like 5-minute segments, like nothing longer than that. Like I don't care about monetization stuff. I just want to put this out because I think it would be a fun thing to make. And he was super busy at the time, unfortunately. He was like, I can't, I just won't be able to take this work on. And I was like, ah, damn. And I sort of just like shelved that and never came back to it. Long story. But
do you think you'd ever like to like reboot that, or is it kind of just like a pipe dream thing that like you let get away? Because I could totally see you pivoting from doing streaming and like you just do it like here and there, like just like randomly, like, you know, like think of like somebody you think never stream again, Qneeks, boom, pops up 3 months out of nowhere. You're like, all right, I gotta watch because that guy never goes live. It's like same situation. Like you could totally do that and people would show up. But at the same time, I could totally see like the way how you spend your time now, because I'm doing that. Like you could formulate that into this idea, especially because it is shorter. Like the longer you make the video, the more work you're making for yourself. So if you do something like super short, and like obviously you still have the connections you've made because they're all your friends, so it's like, I don't know, I think it's something that like might be worth doing if you're still interested, but obviously like that would come with like finding an editor and like taking the time to do that. But I would still love to see something from you like that creatively, if you still like had passion to do it.
Yeah, I mean, like it sounds great. Like I just mentally, it's hard to put the time in to do that. As you said, because it's short, it's easy. If I could just throw down an editor and be like, hey, here's, you know, whatever the cost is to edit this, make a 5-minute video out of it. Let's do it. The downside to me in both my professional career and other places is I get nitpicky about details. At the end of the day, a lot of these details may not even matter. And especially with video editing, like I remember, like I made like a handful of like YouTube videos, and all of them, like I've edited them myself, but like to the point where like I was stressing over like 5-second sections where I'm like, I need to make sure that this graphic lines up exactly when I say it and exactly in this position and moves exactly the way I want it. And I haven't really worked too closely with a video editor before, but to me, I feel like I know there's going to be a bunch of back and forth, because I want to be like, can you get at that exact timestamp? Can you move that thing 10 pixels over this way? Because I don't like the way this is going. And I feel like that's nitpicky, and I feel like I would not work well with the video editor. Because if I was a video editor and that guy kept saying, was like, move it here, do this, I'd be like, fuck off. Like, I don't want to like do this for you. So long story, but I don't know. Like that's the part that's definitely putting me off. Like I wish I put more time in my content creation time when I did it to learn about video editing so I could be better at this myself. Now I'm like, I don't know if I trust an editor to, you know, have the exact same vision that I do now. And I don't know if I want to spend the time experimenting, because that just sounds exhausting at that point. Just
that's
put it back
fair.
on the shelf.
I think that's totally fair, because like what Prison Joe and what Saint Tits do is like, I'm pretty sure they sit in a call and Prison Joe basically tells Saint Tits like how he's kind of sculpting it in front of him, and then like they build that relationship that way. So like it definitely is like an involved amount of time you would have to build a relationship with the editor to do that. So I totally understand like the involvement of that being like kind of a hassle, but I think it also, like, if you ever did take the time to do that, I think it could come out really nice. I like, especially because like the humor is kind of in like the absence of like the excess of editing in a way, because that's like the charm of Between Two Ferns, because like there's like not like a crazy amount of music. Like it was just like kind of like slow pans and zooms on the person. And like from an editing perspective, now that I've learned how to do that, because I was kind of in the same boat, I would like prolong editing videos, and I'd be like, okay, I'm going to treat myself with a stream today. Like I'm going to spend 6 hours of fucking wasting my day and having fun with everybody instead of doing editing. And now I've flip-flopped it where I've spent the time, and like it took like a few months of like actually like, you know, putting in the hours to get that. So I totally understand the hesitation and like the time consumption aspect of it can definitely be daunting. So, but I think
you should be Pokimane's editor, Ignoble.
Yeah, you could do that too.
Didn't that guy get busted for beating his shit to her videos?
Yeah. And then like last week or this week or something, a clip came out of her counting down for people in
Like
her
you're
chat.
warming it up.
So like, yeah, people are now making jokes that guy should have held on to his job for a little bit longer.
Jesus Christ, man. I
I think it got so bad that like he wasn't even editing her videos. Like
yeah,
she's like,
he
"Where's my
kept
video
missing.
at?"
He kept missing deadlines and shit apparently, and that's why she confronted him and like had to talk with him. She talked about it.
and
She was just like, yeah, like what is going on? Like what do we need to do to make sure that you can get the work done by the deadline that I set? And that's when he explained to her like, hey, I've been beating my shit hella hard to your face when I be editing your
so
shit.
gross. It's so gross,
Jesus.
man.
that's crazy. Like I would feel
To-
so uncomfortable as a woman in that
Yeah.
position.
And
to,
she's
like,
paying him.
Yeah.
That's
it's
really
like I'm giving
bad.
you money to like do work for me, and you're just out here being really fucking weird. Like
Yeah, but that's his dream, bro. Getting paid to beat his dick. Are you kidding me?
that's
Okay.
all our dreams.
That guy
Maybe that
lived
was
the
his dream all
American-
along, and then he got caught.
Yeah.
And it just rolled
Yeah.
into his fantasy or whatever. That guy's
Yeah.
weird.
Ugh. The whole
Anyways.
content creation thing, though, I definitely, I think about it every now and then, but like I don't
Yeah.
see myself ever streaming again. When I first started, I did not want to be a streamer. I wanted to be a YouTuber because
Okay.
much prefer writing scripts because I get to dictate the pace of the humor. I get to say exactly the line I want, and then, not cue a laugh track, but in my head, there's like, like this part is supposed to be funny. This is the build up. This is going everything into it. Then you put in the exact specific words to make it, even better. Like I love building that. And I remember like I was a huge fan of The Office at the time, so I was like, all right, everything I want to do is just like I wanted this to be deadpan. Like I feel like on my very first video I tried to put like really shitty deadpan sayings, but like it were just definitely fell flat here and there because it was a no cam video, but it was just like every now and then
Those
I
are
just put
hard.
like a random I'd put just like a random joke in there, and people are like, what the fuck did he just say? Then I just move on to the next thing. But I find that hilarious,
Yeah.
It's like that's the kind of humor I wanted to build, and then I just randomly started streaming in COVID, and that YouTube thing just flew out the window. So
I could see you being a
Ideally,
ghostwriter for
script.
YouTubers on RuneScape for sure. Low key.
I mean-
but then again, that comes into the eating in the time, That's like a passion project that you're kind of handing off to somebody else too, which is like,
Yeah.
kind of
It's like,
biting your foot with
as,
that.
like,
But
as narcissistic as that sounds, like I would want to be credited for that. It's like
Yeah.
obviously you get like little credit thing at the end, but like I want to be associated with that. It sounds, as I said, narcissist, but I'm like, I would, like, if I write it, I want
No,
to
I
be
mean,
the one to deliver.
the
and put it
writers
together.
make the show. The credit goes to the actors, like the writing is what makes the show good. So if you're a good writer, you are a part of the success of the show and why it's working. The casting comes to the actors. It's all a play, and you're just a part of it, and you want to be credited. So that's totally fair. And I think when people think it's narcissistic to think that, they're just not thinking about the big picture,
Yeah,
So
I like that
Zoom
view.
out.
Damn, put him on blast.
No, I agree with that though. That's yes. Nah, go off, Queen.
I wanted to ask a final question, even though we said like a final question 3 questions ago, but this will be our actual
Sorry.
final question. No, it's okay.
Go
I
for
just
it.
wanted
You're
to.
good.
Considering you wanted to be a YouTuber, you've been a past streamer and you haven't streamed anymore, but if you would like to impart any advice to any content creator who's starting, maybe just words of wisdom or something specific you've learned on your journey that most people who start streaming don't know and could benefit from, that you could like impart some sort of wisdom from streaming the years that you have.
Of course. I think the biggest thing that stood out for me, the success of a stream comes not because you go live that first day and think, I want to build a channel that has 500 viewers, 1,000 viewers, and makes me money. You build a channel of that size because you're passionate about the game, you're passionate about the community, and grow something naturally from there, rather than coming in with an idea of, I look at my viewers as dollar signs. you see it as a community. You see it as a way to spread your humor, your thoughts, or the way you play the game. And throughout my time, I've seen like streamers come and go who have come into my channels, or like even like people much bigger than me. They go into their channels and try to be all like buddy with them and try to be friendly, but it's like the vibe immediately comes out. It's like you are trying to use these people to like, can I secure a raid? Can I get a host? Can this guy talk about me a lot on the channel? So they check out my page, and those are disingenuous relationships that you're building, and most people can smell that from a mile away. So if you want to be a content creator, it should be the game or the community should be your passion first. Like the success, the growth of the channel is a symptom of how much you love the community and how much time, effort you put into the game, growing your network in terms of other streamers and things like that.
Yeah, I think
Very
that's
eloquently put.
great wisdom in terms of like overall encompassing starting. So thank you. I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think a lot of
million
people try to
percent.
be disingenuous. So
Yeah, they try to.
I mean,
There's a
like-
lot of social climbing, especially, which like for somebody who's new, definitely like, some people are just tone deaf like socially and don't know that people are doing that too, and they're getting taken advantage of, which can be like, you'll learn through being in the space, but definitely it's good to take the blinders off and just kind of think about, why you're doing it versus like trying to set some goal or something.
Yeah, it's really nice because like I remember like through COVID is how we met like a lot of my online friends, a lot of people on the base team and things like that. And I can genuinely say like they're my friends first and foremost, like not like, oh, I'm using someone of a certain size, like, ooh, do I go hang out in Tasty stream because he's got a lot of viewers and he'll raid me after and maybe I can grow my channel and get popular. But like it's like no, like that's not the goal that I have to go there. I don't go to Seth's channel to like secure a raid for myself. I go there because I just want to hang out, talk shit with my friends. And
Yeah.
as I said, people notice that. Like, I'm like, other than there's some people who don't, as you mentioned, like the tone deaf people. But like, for the majority of time, like I can smell someone like that in a chat, and I'm just like, I don't ever want to be friends with you because like you are trying to take advantage of me. You're not trying to be my friend because you think, my content is cool. You think that, you just want to be friends with me because you like me. You're here because you want to take a piece of my pie, and it's like that's kind of scummy.
It's definitely very obvious when people are doing that kind of thing. And
Mhm.
if you've been in the space for a while, it's like, I don't know. It's like even going to like places like TwitchCon, you can see people do it in real life.
Ooh.
It's like, okay, like that is
Yeah.
crazy to see what you're doing right now. That is not normal.
The glazing is crazy right now.
yeah, literally, yeah.
Yeah.
Beandip at TwitchCon 2025. It's gonna
Yeah,
be
this
crazy.
guy's gonna be slobbing everyone's knob.
Dude, hell yeah.
So,
My 1 year
I've-
stream
I've-
needs more viewers.
yeah.
I've grown like what was I gonna say? In my time on Twitch, like I've noticed some people like that. I'm like I'm here. I think I'm successful on Twitch, not because of numbers or anything like that. I was successful on Twitch because I went in COVID, and my goal was to have friends to hang out with and play RuneScape with and talk to. That was my goal. I succeeded at that.
Mhm.
Like nothing else matters to me. So I consider my career, my time on Twitch a success because I haven't played RuneScape in 12 months yet. I still, I chat less frequently with them, but I still, in very good contact with a lot of these people I've been homies with for the last several years.
Yeah.
Well, it's very refreshing to have you on, and
Yeah.
I always loved your content. I'm flattered you'd come on. So
Yeah, thank you
Hell
so
yeah, dude.
much for spending your time with us. I don't know, since you don't do content creation, but I don't know if there's anything you'd like to plug or, this is your spot now for spending hours with us, wasting your day, your precious time. But
Oh, fuck.
I don't know.
Maybe I'll drop my business card in. Like, hey, contact me. If you got some,
Yeah, let me
You need
dox
some
myself real
Ozempic.
quick. Here's my
Yeah.
first name, last name, where I live, my phone number. Call me.
Yeah.
What's up, guys?
I don't have much to plug. I mean, I still use my Twitter very infrequently. It's twitter.com/IgnobleSolid. But outside of that, you'll still see me on the Based After Dark podcast every few weeks, I'd say. I am not a regular anymore, but I still pop up now and then just to, it's a good time chatting with a couple of your friends online. There's no reason to throw that away. But
Yeah,
True.
I'm glad you still
all I
pop up. It's good to see you.
I miss like fucking Qneeks. That man's gone forever and ever and ever. It would be nice to have him just come back for like an hour or two every couple of weeks. But yeah, what's up, man? What you been up to? How many times you dropped the N-word this week?
That's what happens when you become blue collar. You just start saying the N-word, I guess, when you're Qneeks.
Classic Qneeks.
Yeah, everybody reaches out to him. We wish him well, but also, I think he's just kind of living life and decompressing from that. So, but yeah, thank you so much for spending the time with us. And be sure to follow Ignoble as well as us and the podcast if you enjoyed it. Yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Thanks for hanging out.
If you see me in a girl's channel flexing my purple badge on Twitch and she's a 5-viewer girl, don't worry about it. That's not me. That's my twin brother. Goodbye.
Bye, guys.